This is Girard Sports Live.
Augustine sets the feet, fire three. Good!
Girard Sports Live is presented by Crocan Telephone, your community technology partner. Also by Ag Choice of Hepler, American Family Insurance, Jenny Collins Agency, Bradshaw Collision Repair, Brumback Service Center, Call Service, Chicken Annie's of Girard, Chris Paoni, DDS, Community National Bank and Trust of Girard, Evans Motors, Exchange State Bank, Farm Bureau Financial Services, First National Bank, Fort Scott Community College, G&W Foods Family Super, Girard National Bank, Canar Eye Care, Larrett Ceramics, Lehman Realty, Mathis Drug, McClellan Sanitation, Medical Lodges Girard, Norris Outdoor, Pearls and Curls Boutique, Producers Co-op Farm Store, Producers Cooperative Association, TJ Belcher at State Farm Insurance, and Westridge Assisted Living.
Off to Hanson. Hanson, he'll drive. Libya, little runner with the right hand. Good, and the foul. Libya Hanson gets the bucket and the foul.
This is Girard Sports Live.
Good Tuesday evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Ted R. Taylor Gymnasium, the side of tonight's CNC clash between the Girard Trojans and the Frontenac Raiders. BJ Harris along with you, alongside me, Josh Letter, as we settle in for another high school basketball boys and girls doubleheader here in the CNC Conference. The Girard Lady Trojans coming into this ball game at 8-4 on the season. They're 1-0 in CNC play, but they're coming off a tough loss, 53-51 to Fort Scott on Friday. A game where the Lady Trojans and Tigers were in a dandy from the beginning. We knew it was going to be a good ball game, and it did not disappoint. 11 ties, 10 lead changes in that contest. But the Lady Trojans are on the long side of that last lead change and did not come back in that ball game after losing that lead very, very late. They held it throughout most of the fourth quarter, but ended up falling late because of some free throws and a little bit of miscommunication, lack of execution. All those things led to the defeat for the Lady Trojans. Coach Herlocker addresses some of those things when we talk to him in just a little bit. Their opponent tonight, the Frontenac Lady Raiders, 4-9, 0-1, but as Coach will talk about in a moment, you cannot judge a book by its cover. You cannot judge them by that record because Frontenac has put themselves out there a little bit this season. They host a tournament and where they see some pretty good competition in that tournament. They hosted and played William Chrisman in the opening round of the Kansas Army National Guard Invitational. They lost 49-20 to that ball game. They played Kansas City Turner and did get a good win there, an inner-city school up there in Kansas City, and then lost to Blue Springs in that game in the consolation rounds of that competition. And so, Frontenac's put themselves out there. They open up things with a pretty good showing as well, as they've already played St. Mary's Colgan once and played them tight. Colgan's on a run right now, playing pretty good. And their other conference loss came to Galena, who is leading the conference right now, rankings in this season so far. And so Frontenac 4-9, not where they want to be probably, but still you cannot judge that record. Lady Trojans just that one loss here this last week over Fort Scott, but before that they were on a 4-game winning streak and had won the Wilson County Classic. So who's going to have the confidence? We'll see here in just a little bit. But up next, we're going to hear from the head coach of the Girard Lady Trojans, Brad Herlocker. We've also got a boys game coming up in just a little bit. Trojan men at 8-4 as well. They're trying to come back off a loss to Fort Scott last Friday night as the Trojans were swept by the Tigers. And again, Frontenac, a team that is, you cannot judge them by their record as well, as they're much better than it shows too. We'll talk to Coach Rod Westcott prior to that ball game about that fact as well. But up next, we're going to hear from the head coach of the Girard Lady Trojans. That's right here on the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show, serving the area for 30 years. Stop in soon to pick up your very own Girard Trojan instant issue mascot debit card. Community National Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Girard schools. Learn more online at mybankcnb.com. And Girard Sports Live, as always, is presented by Crocan, your community technology partner. Don't get bit by slow speeds and high prices. Get gigabit from Crocan, the fastest internet in Southeast Kansas. To learn more, go to ruralfiber.org or see everything Crocan has to offer at ckt.net. Up next, the head coach of the Girard Lady Trojans, Brad Herlocker, on the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show on Girard Sports Live.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Stop in soon to pick up your very own Girard Trojan instant issue mascot debit card. While you're there, be sure to ask about their ePower checking, mobile banking, and bill pay, and new Guardian Secure checking. Learn more online at mybankcnb.com. Community National Bank and Trust, member FDIC, and a proud supporter of Girard Schools. Go Trojans!
Crawcan Telephone Cooperative has been serving Girard in southeast Kansas for 65 years. In 1952, we helped our members connect with each other using telephone lines. Today, we connect our members with the entire world using fiber optics. While the technology has changed, our commitment to deliver it to our members has not. Good luck, Trojans, from your friends at Crawcan. Check us out on the web at ckt.net.
Producers Co-op of Girard has been serving the needs of farmers and ranchers in southeast Kansas for decades. With a wide range of products and services, you'll be sure to find what you're looking for. Contact the Agronomy Center for seed recommendations, seed treatments, crop scouting, and more, or stop by the farm store for feeds, equipment, supplies, clothing, and accessories. Producers Co-op also has bulk fuels and propane available. To see everything Producers Co-op Association has to offer, visit them online at www.girardcoop.com or give them a call at 620-724-8241.
When I wake up in the morning, love, and the sunlight hurts my eyes, then I look at you. And I know it's gonna be a lovely day, lovely day.
This is Girard Sports Live.
Welcome back to the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show here on Girard Sports Live. BJ Harris along with you as we settle in for another CNC doubleheader here from Ted Taylor Gymnasium. The Girard Lady Trojans taking on the Frontenac Lady Raiders. Joining us now, the head coach of the Girard Lady Trojans, Brad Erlocker. And Coach, coming off a tough one on Friday night, a good Fort Scott team on the road in a hostile environment. Came down to the wire, but that game was nip and tuck the entire time. I can't remember what I said in the broadcast, something like 11 ties and 10 lead changes throughout the broadcast and throughout that ball game. But a tough loss for you guys. All in all, can you take anything away from that ball game and your overall thoughts there?
Oh, absolutely. You know, at the end of the day, even in a loss, I feel like we got quite a bit better. We've been in some close games, but not a whole lot of close games. You know, first of all, you know, they're a team that have beat handily some teams that beat us handily. So, you know, for us to be in that game and to be competitive and everything is a big step forward for us. You know, I felt like in key situations in that tight game, especially down the stretch, you know, we just didn't execute, or, you know, we didn't, you know, have people always in the right position. We kind of lost our composure a little bit. And, you know, that's something that the more times you're in that situation, as long as you are receptive and you take criticism and you learn from your mistakes, it can only in the long run make you better.
Yeah, before that game, we talked about confidence and how important it is to have confidence going into a game, like you said, against a team that had beaten pretty handily teams that you've been beaten by. It seemed like the confidence level was there and really maintained throughout most of the ball game. You got to feel good about that.
Yeah. You know, again, like I said, I feel like we've taken a big jump forward. You know, I think the Wilson County tournament was a big plus for us in that category. And those SEK teams, there's several of those SEK teams that have been down but are in a year where they have some of their kids as seniors that have played for 3 or 4 years. So SEK is a tough league this year, and we haven't had a tremendous amount of success against them. But in the long run, grand scheme of things, you know, they are preparing us for this tough CNC and hopefully a run at the end.
What are some things, X's and O's wise, that you may have learned the other night and that you've learned throughout these first, half of the season, maybe more than half of the season now, that you can apply, and the way your team has kind of matured and growing to do the things you want to do there late in the season?
You know, a lot of it with the X's and O's is we've transformed more to a guard-oriented team. I mean, we were always, obviously, Sidney Crane's your best player, you're a guard-oriented team, but, you know, losing Kaylin Flaherty, it's one of those things that, you know, we got J.C. Murphy back in the same breath, and some of, you know, we had some other guards that were injured early on, and now we have all those back. So we're real guard heavy, and so we're changing the X and O's a little bit from the standard year towards, you know, some more four-guard stuff and stuff like that to keep us quick. You know, more than anything, we got to take the X's and O's we have right now and make sure everybody gets in the right place. we had some critical times in the game against Fort Scott where we just weren't aligned correctly. We had people in the positions they shouldn't have been in, and because they were in those positions, we made some mistakes.
All right, on to Frontenac here in the CNC. Always a rivalry ball game. What do you expect out of the Raiders? What are you looking in this ball game?
Each and every year it's a knockdown, drag-out fight. And, I don't expect this year to be any different. We're so close to them in proximity. They have a great school over there, and I have, I think, quite a bit of our own. And so it's just that big rivalry of two people that are very much alike and just continually fuels and seems like it becomes a better rivalry. There's so many games over the history of that competition that have stuck out and been just truly, truly great games because they're going to bring their best. There's no, will they be motivated? Will they come out? They're going to be highly motivated against us, and they're going to want to win that basketball game. So we're going to have to match that intensity. They bring a tremendous amount of physicality to the game, and we've got to match that physicality as well.
Try to stay unbeaten in the CNC with a good matchup here tonight against Frontenac Raiders. We appreciate your time as always. Good luck.
We're excited to get out there.
Head coach of the Girard Lady Trojans, Brad Herlocker, joining us here on the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show. We'll step away, take another quick break. Still to come, we've got your starting lineups, keys to the game, opening tip-off from Girard to Trojans and Raiders next on Girard Sports Live.
Ag Choice of Hepler is a proud supporter of Girard Trojan Athletics. Of course, Ag Choice has all the products you need to keep your crops growing, like fertilizer, crop protection products, and seed. But Ag Choice is also the first stop for keeping your livestock operation going, with a great selection of farm supplies, equipment, and quality feeds. To find solutions to all of your agricultural needs, contact Joe Murphy of Ag Choice of Hepler at 620-368-4347. Ag Choice of Hepler is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans.
This is Girard Sports Live.
Back out here at Ted Taylor Gymnasium, getting ready for this boys and girls doubleheader here in the CNC. The Girard Lady Trojans going to take on the Frontenac Lady Raiders. In this one, time to take a look at your area matchups brought to you by Bumper to Bumper of Girard, formerly Brenneman Auto Parts. Bumper to Bumper has been serving the Girard area since 1935. Come in and talk with Willie if you're in need for belts, Bosch brake pads, Wix filters, Timekin bearings, and so much more. Bumper to Bumper, 101 East Prairie Street in Girard. And tonight's some CNC games throughout the area. The last few nights, there's maybe one, maybe two. Tonight, a pretty good schedule is we will have this one right here. Riverton is at Columbus in a CNC matchup. And then Bernard is at Baxter Springs. So Baxter hosting a non-conference ball game. And then Cherokee Southeast at Galena. That is a non-conference ball game. I'm still confused whether Cherokee is in the conference or not in the conference. I don't think they are. And they have moved on outside of it. And so that is a non-conference ball game there in Galena. Tomorrow, Friday night, we're back here for this ball game. Columbus comes into town. It's homecoming a week from tonight. So hopefully it'll be a good crowd here inside Ted Taylor Gymnasium as well as Girard Sports Live. We will broadcast the ceremony of the homecoming coronation in its entirety here on Girard Sports Live. So if you got family members outside of the area, be sure to tell them that. And then a good CNC matchup over there back down to Cherokee County as Colgan makes a trip to Baxter Springs. El Dorado Springs, Missouri is going to be playing this Frontenac team in Frontenac coming up on a Friday as well. Let's look at your area matchups brought to you by Bumper to Bumper. Keys to the game brought to you by Fort Scott Community College. There's something for everyone at Fort Scott Community College. Students can take general education courses or complete an associate's degree or certificate. Visit fortscott.edu or call 620-223-2700 for more information. Josh, this Lady Trojans trying to bounce back from a tough loss, one that they played pretty good in, just fell a little bit short in the end, just down the stretch. If you get in a close one here, which oftentimes these Frontenac games come, they've got to have that focus down the stretch of a ball game.
Yeah, they need that focus down the stretch, but, Coach Herlocker has his team playing these SEK League schools because he wants that level of competition to prepare Girard for the playoffs on down the road. And tonight, I think the key in this game is going to be guard play. If Frontenac can get the ball up and down the floor and get into their offense, this might be a close game. But if Girard's pressure causes Frontenac to turn it over, this one could get out of hand pretty early. And Frontenac's played some tough opponents. Their record may not be indicative of the type of team that they are, but we've seen the Trojans, and when they're able to turn a team over a lot in the first half, they usually are able to take control of a ball game.
Obviously, Sydney Green is crucial, but I think the X factor for the Lady Trojans in this game and down the stretch is Jada Valley and how she plays.
Yeah.
The other night, a decent ball game. She fouled out late, and that's what got them. And it was no fault of her own necessarily. That was a really physical ball game, but she fouled out late, and that took a ball handler off the floor. And I think was really the nail in the coffin for the Lady Trojans. So here, hopefully, she has a good ball game, and if she does, the Lady Trojans are going to have a really good chance to get the victory. Starting lineups brought to you by Pearls and Curls Boutique. The Trojans will be starting this game in style, but nowhere near the level of style you'll find at Pearls and Curls Boutique, a great new shabby chic boutique located next door to Sheer Expressions on the south side of the square in Girard. See all the new arrivals at Facebook.com/Pearls and Curls KS. Facebook.com/Pearls and Curls KS. First up for the Frontenac Raiders, it'll be number 4, Maddie Davis. Number 5, Karma Fields. Number 21, Bria Ginnivan, a sophomore. The first two, the junior and a sophomore. Number 25, Taylor Peterson, a senior. And number 42, Lauren Harper, a junior. So a little bit of youth spread out on this roster. For the Lady Trojans, it'll be number 13, Drake Worrell, a 5'9 junior. Number 14, Gabby Sands, a 5'7 junior. Number 15, J.C. Murphy, a 5'5 senior. JC's been a nice addition to Lady Trojans. Number 21, Brittany Bailey, a 5'11 sophomore, averaging 4.1 points per ball game. She's crucial to the Trojan success here tonight. And then number 23, Sydney Crane, a 5'8 senior, averaging almost 23 points per contest. We'll step away, take a quick break for the national anthem. We'll come back and get your opening tip-off here from Girard. It's the Trojans and Raiders tonight on Girard Sports Live.
For more than 20 years, Call Service has been serving Southeast Kansas. Right now, Call Service has a huge selection of hand-cooked tires, including hand-cooked Dynapro ATM. Farmers and ranchers trust Call Service as their trucks crisscross Southeast Kansas, providing on-the-farm tire service daily. Plus, Calls is the first stop for lube and oil changes. Get back in the game with your new set of hand-cooked tires, never halfway. Available now at Call Service. Check them out online at callservicellc.com or call 620-724-4121.
For over 80 years, Evans Motors has provided some of the best handshakes in the 4-state area. No matter what type of handshake a situation calls for, Evans Motors will guide the hand into its proper position with the correct amount of pressure. Risky handshakes, classic handshakes, or something in between, Nate and Eddie have an arsenal of shakes, roughly umpteen. So the next time you want an optimal handshake, come to Evans Motors in Pittsburgh.
Farm Bureau is proud to support Girard High School student-athletes. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, their #1 goal is to make insurance simple. Agents Judd Sasho, Lori Johnson, and Lisa Sasho take pride in educating their clients and members so they are able to make the best decisions. There's a lot of information out there, and at Farm Bureau, they can explain it in a way that relates to you so you can apply it to your life, family, farm, and future. To learn more, contact Judd, Lori, or Lisa at 620-724-4213. Go Trojans!
G&W Foods is the one-stop shop for everything you need to feed the family. With a great selection of quality, fresh, and delicious foods, you're sure to find something to satisfy every appetite. With friendly and knowledgeable staff, the folks at G&W Foods can help you find what you need so you can get in, get out, and on your way with your day. Plus, don't forget G&W Foods for the great daily lunch specials. Open 7 days a week. Check out their weekly Facebook-only specials. The G&W Foods family super wishes the Girard Trojans the best of luck.
If you're in the market to buy or sell a house, land, or commercial space, look no further than Lehman Realty. Locally owned and operated, Jason Lehman and his staff are ready to meet the needs of every client. When it comes to your listing, you can trust that Lehman Realty will take the time to get to know you and your property. Lehman Realty is a proud supporter of Girard Trojan Athletics. Learn more at www.lehmanrealty.net. or call Jason at 620-724-8020.
Norris Outdoor has a huge selection of quality billboards spread throughout southeast Kansas, giving you the ability to put your business in front of thousands of customers daily. But did you know? Norris Outdoor can also be where you get your next digital sign for your business, school, church, or sports venue. Norris Outdoor Signs is now a distributor of Sky Slate digital signs, giving you direct from the manufacturer pricing and giving your business a brand new look with high-resolution digital signage. To learn more, call Jared Norris at 620-249-7462. Norris Outdoor is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans.
This is Girard Sports Live.
Starting lineups being announced here inside at Ted Taylor Gymnasium as we settle in for another night of high school basketball. Always a good time. We're starting to get into that kind of mid to late season action. You can kind of feel the season starting to pick up a little momentum, and it's going to happen quickly now. If you think about it, 1 month from now, we're going to be playing sub-state basketball almost. And so it's going to happen pretty quickly. CNC schedule is going to take up a big majority of it. Trojans do step outside of the schedule a little bit still here in this season. They'll play that game at Southeast, which, by the way, is a non-conference ball game. And then a last game of the year is a Thursday game against Oswego. That's a new thing for the Trojans. They used to finish up on Tuesday. They didn't like that because it was basically a full week off before they played sub-state. So I know the coaches wanted to get a game in. They'll go play at Oswego on February 22nd. I appreciate that for them to put that in the schedule. And so they also have a game against Independence that is going to be a non-conference ball game on February 9th. And so we will see how things go here tonight. Opening tip-off is always brought to you by Larrett Ceramics, 503 West Maple in Girard. Larrett's is a great place for great gift ideas. Get creative when it comes to gift buying. Get your friends a beautiful ceramic piece or maybe even classes. Larrett Ceramics, 724-8442. Brittany Bailey at center court. Leaping it up against number 42, Lauren Harper. Going to be won by the Lady Trojans, and here they come. Dump off inside for Bailey. Turnaround. She'll leave one short and dump off inside there. Actually on the rebound is Sydney Crane. She can't get her take to go, and up in front. They'll run with a little bit. Well, the Raiders up off the right side and up and in. Up for Karma Fields, and it's going to be an early 2-0 lead for the Lady Raiders. Dump off high post for Worrell. Here's the three from Crane. Left it short. Never really felt like she had that one in her possession, I don't think. Kind of a catch and fire quickly, and it'll go back to the Lady Raiders. 7:20 to play, opening quarter of this one. CNC contest here on Girard Sports Live. Flying up the floor, giving chase. Bringing it up there is Taylor Peterson. She'll kick off left wing for Maddie Davis. Davis, step up, top of the key. Davis contributor a year ago as a freshman. Now a sophomore here for the Raiders. Off left side for Fields. She'll pump fake, kick. Now looking to drive. Little right-hand runner, no good. Rebound nearly ripped out of there and knocked it out of bounds. Last touched by Bria Ginnivan. It'll go back to the Lady Trojans. Both teams trying to run a little bit in the half court. Our longest possession of the ball game for the Raiders in their second possession there. On the right side for Murphy. Baseline, Crane trying to go up and under. She'll try to scoop it. Shot no good. And rebound pulled out of there by Harper. Harper long throw up in front. They'll get it to Fields, and she walked with it. She drug that foot as she kind of rotated. Frontenac faithful didn't like it. Settle in for that. There'll be plenty more of the disbelief that'll come from behind us.
Well, they don't call that in the NBA, I'll tell you that.
Off right side for Murphy. Get it back to her. Nearly threw it away. Did Crane. And Murphy will reset it. First subs in the ball game. Getting ready to come into the ball game. And see JoJo Ferguson and Gina Valley getting ready to check into the game. Off right side for Crane. Worrell on the right corner. Long possession here for Lady Trojans. Free throw line, good look by Worrell. Little runner by Murphy. Grabs the front of the rim, up and in. JC ties the ball game up at 2 apiece. 2 minutes into this opening quarter. Fields will bring it up the floor. Off left side for Davis. Davis set the top of the key. Off to the right side. You're right about guard play, Josh, and your keys to the game. It's going to be about that because both of them pretty much run a four-guard set. Bailey the only post. Well, Worrell's in there as a post right now, but as soon as JoJo comes in there, they will be a true 4-guard set. or Valley goes in. Foul's called on J.C. Murphy, her first. Team foul number 1 on Lady Trojans. That's going to send Davis to the free throw line to shoot 2. First one's on the way and no good off the right side. Frontenac did not provide any heights, but I don't see anybody close to 6 foot tall, close to 5'11", maybe. Harper probably the closest in there, looking about 5'9", 5'10". Davis ready to have her second attempt. High arcing shot, hard off the back iron, no good. Trojans crashing the boards, and Bailey and Ferguson were kind of both there, and Bailey couldn't bring it down the dribble because JoJo was underneath her, and so she ended up walking with it. Another miscue by the Lady Trojans. Here's Harper, she'll catch, fire, 3 on the way, no good. And Valley, who just checked to the ball game, gets her first rebound. Run to the floor, Jada into the paint. She'll drive past to push it up. Shots blocked by Harper. Tough call against they did not go for the Lady Trojans. And here they come up the floor. Off right side, driving. Out of control was Ginnivan, but no call. Now a blocked shot. Boy, they're letting them play tonight. Here comes Sydney Crane up in front. They lost Valley. What a good move in transition. Good dish by Nice dish by Sydney Crane, and the Lady Trojans take their first lead of the ball game here. Approaching the 5-minute mark of this first quarter. High post for Ginnivan. Kick back outside for Fields. Swim it quickly. Over to Peterson. Now Davis. Catch 3, left it short. Rebound pulled out of there. A foul going to be called on Ginnivan over the back on Sydney Crane.
Good position that time by Sid. She's giving up a little bit of height to Ginnivan.
Yep, good box out. If you have the form and know where to put your body, height doesn't necessarily have to be a big determinant, especially in the girls' side. You can get in there and push girls back and get good position. You can rebound at any size, and Kenzie Smith checks in the ball game. What a great example of just that thing. As she can find herself underneath the basket oftentimes, mixing it up with the best of them. Kenzie in there at all of 5'4". On the right side for JC. She'll drive baseline. Good move to the rack by JC. No good. Knocked around. Picked up out of there by Davis for the Raiders. Here they come. JC working her back all the way through the backcourt. Peterson will scoop it off to Ginnivan. Up and around Jada Valley. Thought they had a mismatch. Didn't come through. And now here comes the Trojans. They're going to run a little bit. 2-on-2. Crane. Left hand scoop. Good. Sydney gets her first field goal of the ball game. Trojans lead at 6-2. 4:16 to play in the first quarter. Trojans going to put some pressure onto the backcourt, and Coach Harper wants a timeout. It's a 30. We'll take it. Trojans on a 6-0 run. 4:13 to play first quarter. You're watching Trojan basketball on Girard Sports Live.
Girard National Bank brings you community banking at its best. Family owned and operated for over 80 years, Girard National Bank is committed to providing their customers with the highest quality financial services in a friendly and personal way. Whether you require personal, business, or agricultural services, Girard National Bank is big enough to handle all of your banking needs, yet small enough to provide you with that personal touch you've grown to expect from a community bank. Girard National Bank is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Learn more at gn-bank.com.
This is Girard Sports Live.
Lady Trojans go to a full court pressure here in the backcourt. Raiders do break it. No subs so far for the Raiders. Trojans have brought in 3 different subs. They played 8 deep, and right now the Raiders have only gone 5 deep. Last touch by Harper out of bounds. It'll go back to Lady Trojans. 3:59, just under halfway through this first quarter. Trojans lead 6-2 in the midst of a 6-0 run. Have an opportunity here to add to that run right now. Kenzie Smith with it. Should go high post for Ferguson. Got to be careful. Anticipate that pass a little bit. Oh, goodness.
Oh, no.
On the right side is Peterson. Gets up. Boy, that sounded worse and looked worse than possibly was. She gets up and runs it off. It's Peterson. High post. They'll get it for Crane. Good dish. JoJo. Shot up high. Bounce. And another foul. Nope. This one's going to be on JC. That'll be her second if it is.
I think it's an over the back. Yep. On Ginnivan, that's her second.
Oh, it is on Ginnivan. It's her second. That's what I thought, but I was watching JC's reaction. And
she's just mad she didn't get the rebound.
So Ginnivan will have to check out. Out of the ball game goes Peterson as well. Into the ball game for the Raiders comes Skylar Baker. There's a three by Crane. Rattles it in. Set fire three from the corner. It's a 9-0 run here for the Lady Trojans. 3:15 to play in the first quarter. Now, there's JC. Picking up her second personal foul. And she'll have to sit down.
Starts immediately heading for the bench.
I think it was her time to come out anyways. Gabby Sands going to check back into the ball game for Girard. 3:15 to go first quarter. Trojans on a 9-0 run. Inbound, they'll get it for Harper. Back outside to Davis, and she'll bring it across the timeline. Push off, put it on the deck, kick, right side for Baker. Baker will pull the trigger on a long two, up and in. That stops a 9-0 run. Stopped right about the 3-minute mark here after the Lady Trojans grab their first lead at the 5:20-minute mark of this first quarter. Baseline, Crane just trying to throw up a prayer. Not a great slot shot selection. This one's a good one. Off the bank and good.
Oh.
She knew what she was doing there. She had pull and fire three there by Gabby Sands. Trojans back-to-back triples on their trips down the floor. And a foul going to be called on Maddie Davis. Foul number 3 on the Raiders. First on her. 2:39 to play in this first quarter. 12-4 Trojans in front.
Yeah, that's the pressure we were talking about. And Frontenac's had some struggles with it.
Crane again, same spot, three, no good. And rebound pulled out of there by Harper for the Lady Raiders. Here they come. Streaking up the floor in that. Ooh, Kinsey setting up there. Again, she's a little far underneath the basket, probably needs to step out a little bit.
Step out.
Davis, one that can make her own shot, trying to go to the rim. And contact to be called on Gabby, reaching in there as she goes to it. And that's not a bad foul because it looked like she's going to get a pretty good look at things. And
she's pretty surprised.
Now she'll have to go earn it at the free throw line.
She heard her name called and shot a look at Coach Herlocker.
So far, Davis is 0 for 3, so a real good opportunity to foul right there. Keep her from getting one in. 2:26 to go, opening quarters. You can see it at the top right of your screen. Here comes the second one from Davis. No good. Just your free throws, ladies. Make or break you. Nice dish. Learn how to pass, too, like that. Sydney Crane, another great dish. Every once in a while, you know it's a good assist when I try to give the point to the person who passed it. Loose ball on the floor, still fighting for it, coming out of there, and now the Raiders have numbers. Smith will set up, and they're going to call it. She jumped at the last minute. He wanted to give her that charge call, but she kind of left her feet at the last minute. If she doesn't do that, it's going to be a charge, and Coach going to get on her a little bit, but he didn't see what I saw.
Yeah, she's got to stay on the ground.
They'll give Davis the bucket, too, and she'll try the and one here. Crane going to get her first break of the ball game.
0 for 4 from the stripe tonight.
Yep. Ferguson checks out.
I'm no mathematician, but that's not a very good average.
I'm not sure what that is. Right around 0.
Yeah, right at 0, I think. There we go.
She'll fix it as she gets the and one. 14-7. 2 minutes to play in this first quarter. Valley will take that point. Dump off inside Bailey. She'll face. Good move to the rim that time by Bailey. Couldn't get it to go. Got to follow your shot. She comes in there and gets kind of a cheap foul over the back. And Bailey's first. Team foul number 5 on the Lady Trojans. They'll go to that full court pressure again here. Man to man. They'll throw it in. Still loose, and somehow they end up with it. Karma Field's going to get an easy layup. Sometimes if you can break the pressure, you can get really easy looks. And Raiders finishing off this first quarter on a little bit of a run of their own as they try to bounce back into this ballgame after they fell behind by as many as 10 rather. Baseline jumper no good. And a rebound pulled out of there by Davis. The Trojans have to get back on defense now. Play some half-court D. Off left side, Davis, dump off, high post for Harper. She'll turn around, she lost it off her foot, loose ball, and she walked with it. Rolled over with it once she got down to the floor. Harper going to check out of the ball game. Into the game comes Jaden Meyer along with Reagan Hipful. It's a young group for the Raiders. Maybe building something for the future here. Off right corner for Valley, but the moment's now right now. They're trying to come back in this first quarter into the flurry. We're under a minute to play now in this opening quarter. Top of the key for Sands. She'll hold. Off to Whirl. Low, dangerous pass, but a good one. And Jada Valley steps through and gets her second field goal of the ball game. Good dish by Drake Whirl. 16-9 your score. Davis will put it on the deck. Nearly lost it. Gathered up by Baker. Back to Davis. 3 on the way. No good. And a rebound by Valley. And Jada going to throw it up the floor. Catch by Bailey. Pass intended for Kinsey Smith, but intercepted by Brittany Bailey, and she can't get it to go. Back and forth we go now. Off to the left side. Looking to drive. Here's Fields. She'll put it up in the deck, in the lane. Carmen Fields has had a pretty good first quarter.
That's a good-looking move.
She's got 6 of their 11, and it's a 5-point ball game here with 10 seconds to play. Trojans to work for the final shot of this quarter. Sands catch, fire, 3, no good. Rebound, to be determined. Valley, now Bailey, and that's the end of the quarter. Is spent with the ball on the floor. Well, a bit of a melee in this opening quarter, but a little fun to watch. 16-11, your score after 1. Trojans up by 5. They led by as many as 10. We're back in 1 minute. You're watching Girard Lady Trojan basketball on Girard Sports Live.
Producers Co-op of Girard has been serving the needs of farmers and ranchers in southeast Kansas for decades. With a wide range of products and services, you'll be sure to find what you're looking for. Contact the Agronomy Center for seed recommendations, seed treatments, crop scouting, and more, or stop by the farm store for feeds, equipment, supplies, clothing, and accessories. Producers Co-op also has bulk fuels and propane available. To see everything Producers Co-op Association has to offer, visit them online at www.girardcoop.com or give them a call at 620-724-8241.
First National Bank of Girard is proud to be the oldest bank in Crawford County, serving the area since 1878. With 139 years of experience, it's no surprise First National Bank of Girard has such a great reputation for quality customer service. First National Bank of Girard is committed to providing the best quality products and services, including online banking and bill pay, loans, CDs, and more. Use the convenient drive-up window or come on in and see all of the friendly faces at First National Bank of Girard, a proud supporter of Trojan athletics.
This is Girard Sports Live.
Back out here, second quarter action. Getting ready here in Girard. Frontenac Lady Raiders going to have the basketball here on this possession. Off right side for Ginneman. Top of the key, set fire, 3 on the way by Peterson, no good. And rebound pulled up there by Sydney Crane. Here she comes. Up off the right side. Crane with the right hand, good. Sydney, coast to coast with the layup. Up off the glass, Ginneman, who's checked back in the ball game after having that 2 fouls quickly picked up. Sands off to Valley on the right side. Here's Smith. And a tie up. And possession going to be in favor of the Lady Trojans. Are going to keep possession of this one, so they'll have it right here. (18-13). Trojans will have it. Smith the inbound punter to their own basket. Inbound pass to Sands. She'll set the offense here for Girard. Approaching 1 minute into this second quarter. Trojans trailed early on in this ball game. Have not trailed though since grabbing that lead at the 5:20 mark, and then a turnover, bad pass, and Jada Valley stealing it back. She'll throw it over for Smith. Trojans get another crack at it. Good defense by Jada Valley. Sands will reset, another offensive drive. Josh wrangling our score bug.
Yeah, people can't seem to walk by it without running into it.
Some of us have wide hips, Josh.
Yeah.
Some of us have wide hips. I don't like any kind of aisle.
Some people have no situational awareness
Here's
either.
Gabby Sands off the bank again. Rebound no good on the putback by Crane, but out of bounds. It'll go back to the Lady Trojans. Good effort there by Crane to crash the board. We have to find an alternate location, you think, brother?
Looks like it.
Here's Smith off to the right side for Crane. Back outside, nifty dribble in there into the post for Valley. She'll barrel her way through, but she'll be fouled. And Jada very aggressive. She is best when she can be aggressive and attack the basket. And it's going to be called on the floor. So it will stay with the Lady Trojans. It's going to be just the first on Fields. Team foul number 4 on the Raiders. Dump off inside the paint for Crane. Up with the right hand. Good. Sydney Crane knocks it down. Here come the Trojans. Going to put that full court pressure on again. Long pass. Up the floor they go. Going to be tracked down up there on the right side. Shot up no good. And fighting for it. Still fighting for it. Davis comes away with it for the Raiders. That's one of those 50-50 balls you got to get. Davis gets it back. She'll fire 3, no good. Rebound Sands. And great spot for a fast break opportunity. Trojans don't take advantage. And up off inside. Bailey with the right hand this time. Not her
She's been
favorite
a
hand.
little off today.
Rebound going to be pulled out of there by the Raiders. Here they come. In the lane. Runner no good by Peterson. And nope, that's Fields. And foul going to be coming. That's going to send the Raiders to the free throw line to shoot. 2. Foul's going to be called on Gabby Sands, her second. Team foul number 6. 20-13 your score. Trojans in front by 7. Again, they led by as many as 10. They did trail early 2-0. And at the free throw line, it is Peterson. Raiders have not shot very good from the free throw line. They are 1 of 6 from the charity stripe. Sands will sit down. Bailey will sit down. Drake Worrell comes back in. J.C. Murphy comes back into the ball game. Shot no good, but a rebound. Put back up by Fields is good. Got to box out better than that. And Fields has 8 points here for the Raiders as they pull back to within 5 here, 20-15. There's a steal and an interception there on the pass for Davis. And now she'll look up the floor to try to push the ball. Still looking.
Cross-court passes are never a good idea. Sometimes you get away with it, but not regularly.
Dump off high post for Fields. She'll face up on Smith. Carried it. Got away with it. Kick. Here's Peterson. Shot no good. They've jacked up some threes. They have not been very good from there. In fact, have not knocked one down yet, but they have had some opportunities. And it'll be Trojan basketball as it goes out of bounds. Up the floor, the Trojans will bring it. J.C. Murphy will set the offense here, top of the key. Over to Valley. Valley sees a baseline, dribbles around Harper. Kick back outside Smith, way outside, bad. No team shot very good here in this first half as we approach the midway point of the second quarter. Davis with it, off to Fields, who's leading the Raiders in scoring. And another jacked up 3, no good. If the Raiders would recognize that they're not three-point shooters and attack the basket, they would have a much better opportunity, I think, in this ball game.
Yeah, they're really kind of going away from what's working.
Better ride. Here's Crane. She'll bring it up the floor. Up off the right side. Trying to go down inside for Worrell. Good look at it, but just not a strong enough pass inside for Kinsey Kester. And here come the Lady Trojans. Off right side, or Lady Raiders rather, off the right corner. Set. 3 again on the way. This one's no good. Shooter's got to shoot, I guess. And a foul going to be called as Ferguson got the rebound, tried to get out of there, and they grabbed a hold of her. We'll see who they get that foul on. It's going to be called against Peterson. Peterson picks up her first personal. Team foul number 5. 3:51 to play in this opening half. Trojans leaded by 5. Catch, 3, good. She is best shooting the 3 in rhythm.
Yep.
She's got 2 of them, and the Trojans back in front by 8. Again, they've led by as many as 10. Top of the key for Baker. Skylar Baker working against J.C. Murphy. J.C. will slide off as the Trojans are in this zone. Davis. Raiders have not had much luck with the zone. trying to shoot the three to try to loosen it up a little bit, but haven't had much luck with that, and finally they will. Skylar Baker knocks it down. You shoot enough, you're going to eventually get one. 23-18, 3:08 to play. Trojans not really stretching away, although I feel like they've got the advantage in this ball game. Not putting the Raiders away in this one. The intensity they had the other night against that very good Fort Scott team just doesn't appear to be the same. And here's another 50-50 ball. This one's going to go in favor of the Lady Raiders. So it's going to be Frontenac's basketball. Trojans will maintain that pressure in the backcourt. On that inbound pass, Davis throws it around. Trojans, where they needed to be, just couldn't get the ball to bounce in their hand, and it's going to be a foul against the Trojans. It'll be a 1-and-1 opportunity. No, a travel. Thought it was a foul, but they were in the right spot. Trojans just didn't get the ball to pop in their hands, but turns out they turned it into a turnover anyways. I was going the other way for 1-and-1, but I was incorrect. Trojan basketball. Kinsey Kester with it on the right side. Move back through Bailey. Now off left wing for Sands. Coach kind of sets back and knows they missed an opportunity. Here's another three, though, and that's okay. She's got 3 first-half threes, and the Trojans lead once again up by 8. Baker, she wants to shoot threes. It's blocked by Crane. She's doing it on both ends of the floor now. Here comes Sid up the middle. 26-18. Got to end in a flurry here. 2:15 to play in the first quarter. First half, rather. Off to the right corner. They leave her open again. Another three. This one's no good. And a rebound pulled out of there by Peterson. Here she comes. Driving up the floor. Good defense again.
Oh.
That's not a very good call there.
No. I mean, talk about anticipating contact that just wasn't there.
He's not in position either. So far behind the play that not in position to make that call, and then just think there is one. A phantom call against Crane. It's just going to be for her first. It's going to send Peterson to the free throw line to shoot 2. And
perhaps fitness was an issue.
People in glass houses do not cast stones, Josh.
You talking about me?
No, I'm talking about myself.
Oh.
That's why I'm not going to say it. You, of course, are a modern-day Adonis. Peterson knocked down both free throws. High post for Bailey, faces, and that indecision. Bertley's lacked a little bit of confidence right now. Needs to get that back.
A little bit frustrated here. Some shots haven't gone for her, and she's had a couple good looks, just hasn't been able to get them to fall.
26-20. Try to work her on that right side. She needs to be able to do that. What a good steal. J.C. Murphy gets the steal. Shot no good, but a rebound. And
oh, my goodness.
Sydney's going to pick up her second. Crane going to pick up her second. Back-to-back fouls on Sid. Minute 51 to play in this first half is going to send Skylar Baker to the free throw line to shoot 1-and-1. First one's no good. Rebound to be determined. Trojans have not rebounded very good. They have done stuff like that, though. It's been pretty good.
I think, so being a high school ref pays better than broadcasting? Because apparently anybody can do it.
I guess your moratorium is over.
Yeah, it never really happened.
Your called jump ball, luckily for the Lady Trojans, it's in favor of them. Otherwise, this home side would have gone berserk. Good dish down inside. It's going to be a foul on Davis. Push it in there, roughing up Sydney Crane a little bit, and Davis is going to pick up her second personal foul. Team foul number 6 on the Raiders. Minute 37 to play in this first half, 26-20. Dump off Crane. She is just hassled by a host of them. Trojans just a little out of sorts. Now they'll throw it up the floor. Can they track it down? They will. Nope. Out of bounds. Good effort all around by Karma Fields, but not going to get it. Trojans get it back here with 85 seconds to play in this first half. Girard should make halftime show come your way in just a little bit. We'll recap this first half with your Kennard Eye Care Eye on the game and your halftime stats as well. I wish we kept track of turnovers.
Let's try to force that one in there.
There have been a bunch. Davis Hand off for Harper. Give away to Peterson. Back to Harper. High post. Kick. Here's Field. She's got 8 points. Trying to double. There's another blocked shot by Crane. It's going to go out of bounds off of Sydney. And good heads-up play there by Skylar Baker.
Get it off her leg.
Here's Davis to inbound. Nearly a 5 count. She'll get it into Baker. On to the right wing. Handoff for Fields. 50 seconds to play in the opening half. Davis up off inside Harper. Good defense by Bailey. Good defense by Bailey, but just forced that one up there. Cannot fault her on that effort. Lauren Harper's first one. The Raiders have pulled it within 4.
She didn't want to pick up another foul either.
Yep. Trojans maybe work for the final shot of this half. Here's Crane pumping on Davis. Good D there. Little runner by Sydney, no good, but she is fouled. And
you got to call something there.
Davis will pick up her 3rd personal. It's a tough break against the Lady Raiders. Davis will have to sit down. You get her out of the, certainly get her out right here with 23.3 seconds to play.
Oh, yeah.
She's certainly one of their best facilitators. She's kind of pushed the issue and really allowed the Raiders to keep pace with the Lady Trojans in this first half. Crane, first one on the way, catches the front iron, rolls in. Whew. Sydney, pretty good second quarter. As she has 11 points in the second quarter, give her 14 points for the first half, and trying to add to that with 23.3 seconds to play. Here comes the second one, up and good. She does. 28-22. 23.3, and they'll get Crane out of the ball game. She had those 2 fouls, remember, and this is a good time to get her down and make sure she doesn't pick up number 3. Long pass, and Smith going to have to try to track her down. Kinsey will. Good defense by Kinsey. Helps there, though, by Skylar Baker. And where are the rest of the Trojans?
Yeah, nobody else made it down the floor with her.
28-24. 10 seconds to play. Trojans have led by as many as 10. Smith, she'll drive. Kinsey trying to wrap around. And this looks like a week 1 game.
Yeah.
By both these teams. 1.2, Trojans inbound to Harper. She'll take a jump and put a hole in the wall on the other end of the floor.
Well, she didn't injure a cheerleader.
She could have, too. 28-24, Trojans holding on to a precarious 4-point lead. Not the best effort all the way around from both teams, but it'll do, I guess, as the Trojans do. A really good effort by Sydney Crane. She's got 15 first half points to pace the Trojans. They lead at 28-24. We'll talk about it next here on the Girard National Bank Halftime Show. Girard National Bank, bringing community banking at its best. Girard National Bank is committed to providing customers with the highest quality financial services in a friendly and personal way. Personal, business, or agricultural needs, turn to Girard National Bank. 28-24, your score. The Trojans lead it by 4. We'll talk about it next on the Girard National Bank Halftime Show on Girard Sports Live.
Girard National Bank brings you community banking at its best. Family owned and operated for over 80 years, Girard National Bank is committed to providing their customers with the highest quality financial services in a friendly and personal way. Whether you require personal, business, or agricultural services, Girard National Bank is big enough to handle all of your banking needs, yet small enough to provide you with that personal touch you've grown to expect from a community bank. Girard National Bank is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Learn more at gn-bank.com.
Mathis Drug Store Incorporated has a proud Girard history of more than 50 years. Glenn and Karen Mathis took over the store in 1983 from Glenn's father and have been providing outstanding customer care and service since. At Mathis, they know their customers by name and value their support. Primary goal is to provide fast, accurate, friendly service. Mathis is a full-service pharmacy that accepts most insurance plans and supports competitive cash pricing. Mathis Drug Store, a proud supporter of Girard High School student-athletes.
McClellan Sanitation is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. McClellan Sanitation is also proud to have been serving Girard and the surrounding area for decades. McClellan Sanitation offers residential, commercial, and roll-off services. As a locally owned and operated company, owners Dave and Candy McClellan and their employees are dedicated to providing the highest quality customer service. To learn more, call McClellan Sanitation at 620-724-8486. McClellan Sanitation wishes the Girard Trojans the best of luck this season.
Are you in need of post-surgical therapies for yourself or a loved one? The employees of Medical Lodges are here to care for you. With over 50 years of serving the community, they pride themselves on having the therapy experience you deserve. In fact, Medical Lodges is the first healthcare company in the United States to be 100% employee-owned. So when you're at Medical Lodges, you're part of the family. Stop by one of their homes today and feel the Medical Lodges difference. For more information, check out medicallodges.com.
G&W Foods is the one-stop shop for everything you need to feed the family. With a great selection of quality, fresh, and delicious foods, you're sure to find something to satisfy every appetite. With friendly and knowledgeable staff, the folks at G&W Foods can help you find what you need so you can get in, get out, and on your way with your day. Plus, don't forget G&W Foods for the great daily lunch specials. Open 7 days a week. Check out their weekly Facebook-only specials. The G&W Foods family super wishes the Girard Trojans the best of luck.
Norris Outdoor has a huge selection of quality billboards spread throughout southeast Kansas, giving you the ability to put your business in front of thousands of customers daily. But did you know? Norris Outdoor can also be where you get your next digital sign for your business, school, church, or sports venue. Norris Outdoor Signs is now a distributor of Sky Slate digital signs, giving you direct from the manufacturer pricing and giving your business a brand new look with high-resolution digital signage. To learn more, call Jared Norris at 620-249-7462. Norris Outdoor is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans.
This is Girard Sports Live.
Looking back out here, we're at halftime of this girls matchup. The Girard Lady Trojans right now holding on to a 4-point lead, 28-24 over the...
Are you kidding me, dude?
The Frontenac Raiders. Josh continues to battle.
I want to paint this thing safety orange and maybe everybody will see it.
Lady Trojans holding on to a 4-point lead. They've had some runs here in this game and have led by as many as 10. They led by as many as 8 in the second quarter, but right now holding on to a 4-point lead. Take a look at your Kenara Eye Care Eye on the Game, brought to you by Kenara Eye Care. Thanks to the support from their community, Kenara Eye Care has nearly doubled their space and extended their hours with locations in both Pittsburgh and Girard. Kenara Eye Care is the clear choice. Call 620-235-1737. Well, Lady Trojans fell behind early 2-0, tied it up 2-2, and then took the lead for the first time, 5:20 to play in the opening quarter, 4-2, and have not looked back. And they were at that point in the midst of a 9-0 run, grew their lead all the way out to 9-2. That was stopped, but then went on and outscored the Lady Raiders 5-3 on the last minute or so of the game, first quarter, or 2 minutes of the first quarter, and held a 5-point lead, 16-11 at the end of the first quarter. Into the second quarter, led by as many as 8 when they led 23-15 about midway through, but Raiders they're not going to go away. They're going to be tenacious throughout this game. Trojans, I think, are the better team, but the Raiders have won those 50-50 balls. They've maybe been a little bit more aggressive at times, and right now they're still in this ball game, 28-24. That's a look at your Kenara Eye Care Eye on the Game, let you know how we got to where we are. Halftime stats brought to you by Exchange State Bank, one of the oldest banks in southeast Kansas. Exchange State Bank is proud to be locally owned and operated, providing quality customer service, online banking, bill pay, mobile banking, and more. At Exchange State Bank, you're not just dealing with bank employees, you're banking with friends. Learn more at esbks.com. First up for the Raiders, leading them in scoring, Karma Fields, 8 points for her. 7 points for Skylar Baker coming off the bench, giving her some good depth there for the Raiders. And then other than that, not a lot. 3 points from Maddie Davis. She's also got 3 fouls. She went 1 of 5 from the free throw line in that first quarter. 2 for Bria Gittman, 2 for Tyler Peterson, and 2 for Lauren Harper for the Lady Raiders, who did outscore the Lady Trojans 17-14 in that second quarter. For the Trojans, leading them is 17 points. I had her for 15 originally, and then I did my math here maybe a little bit better, and 17 points for Sydney Crane in the first half. The rest of the girls need to step up a little bit, hit some shots. They've been able to get it down inside, just can't get it to go through the hole. 4 points from Jada Valley, 3 points from Gabby Sands on a big bank three-pointer. 2 from Kenzie Smith and 2 from J.C. Murphy for the Lady Trojans. Right now they lead it though 28-24. We'll talk about that boys game in just a little bit and get you ready for second half action from Ted R. Taylor Gymnasium. CNC basketball tonight here on Girard Sports Live.
For all your insurance and financial service needs, call your State Farm agent TJ Belcher in Girard today.
Thanks to your support, Canara Eye Care has expanded. With double the space, they offer more exam rooms, larger optical selection, and extended hours to fit your schedule. And with the latest technology, they can quickly diagnose any eye-related issues. All patients are welcome at Canara Eye Care, the clear choice for your family's vision.
The Producers Co-op Farm Store is committed to making your life easier by supplying you with the things you need for your farm and home. As always, the Producers Co-op Farm Store has a great selection of farm and ranch supplies, including pet supplies, ranch and corral building supplies and equipment, automatic waterers and feed bunks, tack, dog food, pet and animal health supplies, workwear, boots, and much, much more. Come in and check out the great deals on lots of new merchandise as well. Proudly serving Girard and the surrounding area, and proud to support the Girard Trojans.
Mathis Drug Store Incorporated has a proud Girard history of more than 50 years. Glenn and Karen Mathis took over the store in 1983 from Glenn's father and have been providing outstanding customer care and service since. At Mathis, they know their customers by name and value their support. Primary goal is to provide fast, accurate, friendly service. Mathis is a full-service pharmacy that accepts most insurance plans and supports competitive cash pricing. Mathis Drug Store, a proud supporter of Girard High School student-athletes.
This is Girard Sports Live.
(28-24) Lady Trojans lead it here at halftime. Do have a boys game coming up in just a little bit. Trojan men at 8-4, Raiders at 5-9. Trojans 1-0 in CNC play. Their first game was a win over Baxter Springs, so a week ago tonight in CNC play. Raiders are 0-1. Raiders' lone loss, a 58-47 loss in conference play to Galena a week ago tonight. And so should be a good matchup. I know that record, again, just like on the girls' side, I don't think that's really indicative. Although the Trojans have played good competition as well, so maybe it is more so than most, but always a good one. We're seeing that here on the girls' contest is you've got to be careful in these rivalry matchups. If you keep it close down the stretch, then you've got to execute. Trojans had that happen last Friday when they lost to Fort Scott on the road. At home now tonight, and Coach usually does a pretty good job at halftime of making those adjustments, and third quarters are often the Lady Trojans to be won. There have been so many times when the Lady Trojans have held teams to very few points in the third quarter and then added a bunch of their own. Raiders will have the ball as we start this second half. 28-24 your score.
Yeah, it's odd to say that somebody's a third quarter team, but the Trojans really are.
Yep. Ginneman with it, just right of the circle. Kickoff left side for Peterson. She'll drive into the paint. Trying to take that charge is Brittany Bailey, and got to get the contact first. And both these coaches equally irritated by the inconsistency, and there's a three. I tell you, the Raiders shot themselves out. That is a charge. They're going to get that on Harper. She got down inside the paint, dropped that shoulder, and ducked her head. And she didn't really make contact. It was more of the body language of it, I think.
I thought they were going to call that one on Bailey, honestly.
Well, she did drop her shoulder and put it in there. It's just her first foul. Team foul number 1 here in the second half on the Raiders. And here's Crane off right side for Bailey, and really continues to struggle. That ball's tipped in the backcourt. Trojans will pick it up. Crane will reset here for Girard. Push off right side for Murphy. JC picks up, dump off inside Drake World. Shot up, no good. Rebound pulled out of there by Skylar Baker. Gets the second half start. Driving up and around, little continuation, and JC picks up her third quick foul.
Trojans haven't looked very sharp tonight. And a lot of it is just positioning on the defensive and the offensive end. They're shooting the ball pretty well.
Well,
from the outside.
Yeah, that's
but
thankfully.
the inside positioning just isn't there. They should be out rebounding this team. They've got the height advantage. It's just they're not getting very good position down low on the offensive or defensive end.
There's a little bit of a want-to question, perhaps. Down inside the paint, you gotta want it more than the other team does. I tell you, the atmosphere in which they played last Friday night was tremendous, and this one not as good, which is strange. But you have to bring your own energy to the game sometimes, and they had it the other night because there was so much energy inside that gym. Tonight, not so much, and not as much energy. They will draw contact on Harper, and JC will go to the free throw line to shoot two. Second personal foul on Harper. Second on the Lady Raiders as well, and Murphy will knock down the first one. About a minute, just over a minute into the second half, 29-25, Trojans in front. And JC makes both of them. JC going to go man-to-man there all the way up the floor with Peterson. Scoop off, get him, and thought about a three, didn't take it. Kick off left side from Skylar Baker. Dump off and a 3-second violation. Picking on Harper a little bit. Coach's kid, by the way. And
that'll make the coach happy.
That'll get her a good way to get her riled up. 2 fouls and a 3-second violation on her in the first minute and a half of this second half. Murphy, kick it. Oh, a laser of a throw by JC Murphy. Gabby Sands had a look at it, didn't get it.
The pass was so hot it might have knocked her shot off a little bit.
Stolen away, and Harper going to pick up her third personal foul. Well, she is fouls per minute, doing it faster than you should. Now she'll come out of the ball game.
Yeah, take a shot in the nose at some point.
Well, he knows. JC going to check out. Drake Orr will check out. JoJo Ferguson comes on. Jada Valley comes in the ball game, and Trojans will have it. Off left side off to Crane, back to Sands. Here's Ferguson. She'll put it on the deck. She's stripped. She'll drop her shoulder. She walked with it. Yep. And it'll go back. There's an inbound, nearly lost in the corner. Good defense by Gabby Sands. Raiders going to be close to a 10 count. And they'll get it up to Peterson. She'll drive. Blocked from behind by Brittany Bailey. And Bailey, dangerous coming in there, but just only would have been her second foul. So she comes over the back, swats that out of there. Nice play by her in transition on defense. Inbound. Here's Baker. She's got the lone three. Fighting down inside. Ginnivan. Up and good.
Again, position.
She's got 4 for the Raiders. They're back to within 3. Letting them hang around. Off to Crane. Back to Sands. Ferguson. Sands. Valley. Being patient here in the half court. Well, they have down inside. Ferguson trying to penetrate. She lost it. It's 2 turnovers on JoJo in short minutes for her. And a foul on Valley.
And how many times has Bailey been open in the lane? Her teammates have got to get her the ball.
This is not enjoyable to watch. It is not great defense at the position, as you've said, and tons of turnovers. Both coaches working the stripes, too. Peterson off to the far side. Now she'll drive, lose it off her foot. Ugh.
Yeah, this has a real JV feel to it.
5:10 to play. See if we can tighten it down just a little bit. 3-point ball game. It feels like it's a 20-point game and a 1-point game all in the same feeling. It's
Well,
Strange.
It's a 3-point game. It should be a 20-point
Dump
game.
off finally to get it to the left side for Britley. Go to the rim. Bailey, that's a confidence issue there. Shot up, no good. And JoJo, good rebound there by her. Outside for Gabby. She'll reset the offense. Crane catch. Sid with a field goal in this second half. Scoot back outside. They're really packing it down inside on the Trojans whenever they do attack, and that's keeping them from getting good looks in the paint. Sydney had 17 points at halftime. We're approaching the midway point of this third quarter without too many takes even at it. And another turnover. That's 3 on JoJo. On 3 straight trips. Sand's going to check out. Bailey will check out. Kinsey Smith comes in. J.C. Murphy comes into the ball game for Girard. Trojans will put that pressure on again. Throw it in. Stolen away. Smith throws it up. Partially blocked. Here's Ferguson. JoJo. A foul going to be called on Ginnivan. Now nobody's agreeing. And Bria going to pick up her third personal. Team foul number 4 on the Raiders. Crane to inbound. Get it on the right side for Smith. Back over to Crane. She'll catch. Fire 3. Good night. Thank you. She's got 20.
Points! Look at that.
Points. 4:05 to play. Maybe see if that bucket gets them out of the schneid. Here's a drive up, and foul going to be called. A shot by Sydney, our hit of the game, brought to you by Bradshaw Collision Repair. If a deer or anything else hits your car like Sid just knocked down that shot, take it to Bradshaw Collision Repair. Bob Bradshaw offers refinishing, paintless dent repair, glass replacement, and more. Let Bradshaw Collision Repair get you back in the game. Call 620-724-7300. I can tell you right now, the Raiders, if they make their free throws, are in this ball, not just in this ball game,
they're
in the lead of this ball game, and they have just not done very good from the stripe. Here comes the second one by Peterson, no good. Good rebound again by Crane with that positioning down low. Instead of bringing up the floor, slashing, dashing, scoop, right hand, good. Take over this ball game. 35-27. Back to an 8-point contest. Dump off inside. Driving Hipful. Shot no good. Nearly gets it back. Smith will get it back. Kinsey up to J.C. Murphy. J.C. crossed the valley. And last touch out of bounds off of the Raiders. Yeah, off the foot of Karma Fields. And
Jada took her eyes off the pass, started looking at the bucket. Didn't catch it cleanly. Fortunate it went off the defender.
Raiders are 3 of 12. No, 4 of 12 from the free throw line. Still not great. Here's Murphy. Crane. No good. And rebound pulled out of there by Baker. She'll bring it up the floor as well. And walked with it. And got away with it. Peterson onto the right side for Fields. Dump off inside, forcing their way through. Shot no good. And a foul going to be called on Baker. Into the ball game down there low is Caitlin Sellers. Baker picks up her first personal. Team foul number 5 on the Raiders. Sellers going to check out of the ball game. Into the game for the Raiders comes Bailey Rooms, another sophomore checking in there. Good sophomore group. They've got a core group of those kids. I suspect this Raider team's going to be darn good here in about 2 years. Pretty good right now. Raiders. Scoop, shot no good by Sydney Crane. She'll put it up and she'll be fouled, and Sid will go to the free throw line to shoot 2, where she has been much better, 2 for 2 on the night from the charity stripe. 22 points from Crane. That's her average, just right below her average. Davis getting ready to come back into the ball game. She had to sit through a portion of this third quarter as well with those 3 fouls.
Yeah, they couldn't keep her on the bench any longer. Starting to get out of touch here.
36-27. Here comes the second one from Crane. Nothing but the bottom of the net. Back to a 10-point lead. They've led by as many as 10 one time tonight. Up the floor they go. A good hustle by Jada Valley again. That speed. That's what speed do. That's what speed do. Yep, you can catch up with anyone. She's about 10, 12 feet behind when the play starts, and she tracks him down. There's a good steal. Kinsey Smith with it. Murphy. She'll drive up. Contact. She'll go to the stripe to shoot 2. And this will no doubt jinx J.C. Murphy. But the Raiders have shot 4 of 12 from the free throw line. Lady Trojans are 6 for 6 from the free throw line, and she'll have a little bit of time to think about that. Here she comes out for a timeout. We'll take it. 37-27, Trojans up by 10. We're back in 1. You're watching Trojan basketball on Girard Sports Live.
McClellan Sanitation is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. McClellan Sanitation is also proud to have been serving Girard and the surrounding area for decades. McClellan Sanitation offers residential, commercial, and roll-off services. As a locally owned and operated company, owners Dave and Candy McClellan and their employees are dedicated to providing the highest quality customer service. To learn more, call McClellan Sanitation at 620-724-8486. McClellan Sanitation wishes the Girard Trojans the best of luck this season.
This is Girard Sports Live.
.239 to play, third quarter. Girard Lady Trojans stretch their lead out to 10. They've led by 4 at halftime. Game got to 3 a couple of times there early going of this third quarter, but on a bit of a run right now with the Lady Trojans. It's a 7-0 run that they're in the midst of right now, with J.C. Murphy going to the free throw line to try to make it a 9-0 run. And Lady Trojans 6 out of 6 from the charity stripe. J.C. 2 for 2. First one's up. Good. Hey, how about that? Here comes the second one from Murphy. Missed it. Still, largest lead of the ballgame now is 11 for the Trojans. And it's an 8-0 run. Driving, kick, wide open look from Peterson. No good. Again, the Raiders, somebody told Lady Raiders that they were a three-point shooting team, and they just aren't. And maybe they are normally and just aren't tonight, but they have probably taken, I don't know, 10, 12. They've made 1. It's not a very good ratio.
Well, that was the most easily broken full court press I think I've ever seen right there, too. J.C. Murphy just walked down the court and was wide open, and they broke the press.
Off right side for Crane, nearly walked with it. And she'll get up off the floor, will. Crane, they'll reset and wait for her to get her bearings about her. Off to Kenzie Smith. High post for Ferguson. Back to Smith. 12-footer on the way, no good. And a foul going to be called on Ferguson.
Ferguson should have taken that shot from the elbow.
Yep.
She's wide open.
First foul on Ferguson. Team foul number 4 on the first second, actually.
A shot from the elbow is a higher percentage shot than a shot from the baseline.
Ferguson, Smith, Crane check out of the ball game. Bailey, Sands, and
deep ball.
Worrell check into the ball game, and a quick bucket, and that snaps an 8-0 run. Can't sleep on them. Davis with her first second half bucket. She's got 5 in the game.
Especially
3
not
fouls,
Davis.
another turnover.
Oh,
Here she
there
comes.
you go.
A little zig when you should have zagged situation. A timeout probably coming here from Coach Herlocker. Up the floor. They will break the pressure. And another one. They're darn sure a timeout coming after this possession. I am not wrong very often, but there's a 3, no good. And knocked around, and they'll run this fast break. The Trojans had a 12-point lead. It's trimmed back down to 7 over the minute 11. Got it in quarters with momentum, certainly going to that final stanza.
They have not done that tonight.
Murphy will hand over to Sands, and Gabby will run it out. Trojans going to just hold on to the clock here this final. That's the last touch by the Trojans.
You got to take care of the ball. I mean, it's one thing, you want to run the clock out, but that's not the way.
53 seconds to play third quarter, 38-31. Raiders will get it back here. They'll have a chance to get another good offensive look at it. Davis, who's definitely given them a spark. She's come off the bench here in the second half. She had 3 first-half fouls, and that has limited her, but pretty crucial. Driving is Bailey Rooms. Kick back outside, reverse. Here's a 3 on the way by Fields, no good. And contact low. It's going to be on the Raiders. Battling down inside. I was going to say it was last touch by them. No foul, but Last touch by Frontenac, and Trojans will get it, and they will be able to work probably for the final shot. Sydney going to get to the scorer's table, but Murphy push up off the right side for a whirl. Back outside of Murphy. High post, they jump out. You got to anticipate the pass. Up, shot, good.
God, man. You talk about letting somebody back in a game.
Reagan Hipful.
There's just been some real poor passing.
Yep, and now trim that lead in half, more than half. Here's Murphy off the glass. That's a good shot to get it going, thankfully, for the Lady Trojans. Just to try to stop a little bit of that momentum that the Raiders have built up. But they feel like they've got a little think I can in them. 40-33. It's a 7-point game, but it feels much closer. 1 quarter to play to go in Girard here in this CNC matchup. You're watching Trojan basketball on Girard Sports Live.
Are you in need of post-surgical therapies for yourself or a loved one? The employees of Medical Lodges are here to care for you. With over 50 years of serving the community, they pride themselves on having the therapy experience you deserve. In fact, Medical Lodges is the first healthcare company in the United States to be 100% employee-owned. So when you're at Medical Lodges, you're part of the family. Stop by one of their homes today and feel the Medical Lodges difference. For more information, check out medicallodges.com.
Norris Outdoor has a huge selection of quality billboards spread throughout Southeast Kansas, giving you the ability to put your business in front of thousands of customers daily. But did you know? Norris Outdoor can also be where you get your next digital sign for your business, school, church, or sports venue. Norris Outdoor Signs is now a distributor of SkySlate digital signs, giving you direct from the manufacturer pricing and giving your business a brand new look with high-resolution digital signage. To learn more, call Jared Norris at 620-249-7462. Norris Outdoor is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans.
This is Girard Sports Live.
(40-33) is your score. Lady Trojans hold on to a 7-point lead here as we head to the final quarter of play in this CNC matchup. The Girard Lady Trojans, Frontenac Lady Raiders, here at Ted R. Taylor Gymnasium. BJ Harris with you alongside me, Josh Lettner. And Lady Trojans squandered a 12-point lead. It's down to 7 now. They've got the ball here and need to keep the pressure on the Raiders. So Valley trying to step through, and they're going to say she walked with it. Trojans nearly lost Harper, who's back here cherry picking. Harper, who picked up 3 quick fouls to start the third quarter into the ball game. She's got it right side. She'll drive on Crane. Knocked around, stolen away by Valley, and now a foul going to be called on Davis. It's her 4th.
She's a pretty physical player, and you just can't make that foul out in the open floor like that. Granted, it did cut short what was about to be a transition opportunity for the Trojans, but, you know, she's the best player Frontenac's got. You can't pick up that foul out there in the open floor.
She'll have to go sit down with those 4 fouls. 8th team foul on the Raiders. Send Jada Valley to the free throw line to shoot 1-1, and she'll rattle in the first one. Jada's been pretty good from the charity stripe here this season. And from the free throw line, she is a 66%. 25 of 38. Missed the first, made the second. Crane fights for that rebound, and she'll get it back. Trojans get another crack at it. Again, they can be patient. High post for Ferguson. Over to Smith. Take care of the basketball. Catch, fire, 3 by Sands, no good, but Gabby going to fight to track that one down. It's going to be gathered up by Peterson. Here's Skinnavan running the floor. That's good basketball there. Both teams, good transition defense as well to get back in there and try to stop that one. It's going to be a foul on Ferguson. And probably a shooting foul, so that'll send Ginneman to the free throw line to shoot.
I think Jordan Ferguson starts the game with 3 fouls.
She picks up her 4th here, rather. Well, they're going to call that on Valley. That's not hers. They give that to Valley. I was with you. I thought JoJo was the one that got back there on defense, but Ginneman knocks down the first one. Missed the second one. Rebound pulled out there by the Lady Trojans. 41-34. Crane trying to make her own shot. Good. And the foul. Boy, she just said, I'm going to score this time and try to stop me. She went 1-on-3 there for a moment. got the contact and the foul. She'll go down to the free throw line to try to complete the three-point play. She's 4 for 4 on the night from the charity stripe. And she'll step to the line right here.
That's the third one on Fields.
And she knocks down the free throws. Sydney missed some free throws the other night in that game against Fort Scott, and she has responded nicely here tonight to go 5 for 5. There's a foul on Harper. A little shimmy and a shake by Crane and got Harper off her skids a little bit, and she picked up her 4th personal foul. Team foul number 10, and that's going to send Crane to the free throw line to shoot 2.
Sid's a little too smart of a player to try doing that to her in the open floor, especially if you're a post player out there.
Yep. Mismatch there, certainly in the open field. And City missed the first one. She knew that one was off when she let it go. Harper will have to check out. Into the ball game comes Jaden Meyer for the Raiders.
I'm going to have to get a flashing light on this scoreboard camera.
Here's Crane, second one. That one will rattle in. 45-34. Trojans have led by as many as 12 right now. They led by as many as 11. They match that lead right here. And a charge going to be called on Peterson. It's their 11th foul, and Coach Harper, they'll call fouls on the other team. It's a fairly valid point looking at the differential of team fouls to.
Yeah, we've been on the other side of that one before. I know how she feels.
Trojans have been the aggressor certainly here in this 4th quarter, and that's helped chalk up some fouls. One of those is her, and it's a moving screen on Ferguson. Yep. Saw that one coming as well. Got to come to a set. A good call. 45-34. Trojans matching their largest lead of this ball game right now here with 6:31 to play in this one, and another offensive foul. This was going to be a moving screen on the Raiders. It's going to be on Bria Ginnivan. She'll pick up her 4th.
Starting to pile up.
They've got 3 girls with 4 fouls.
Somebody be shooting here?
No, it's offensive foul.
Oh, okay.
3 starters with 4 fouls for the Raiders. Oh my, that went between the legs of JoJo Ferguson, and somehow Sydney ended up with it. I don't know how that happened. And a timeout to be taken by Coach Urlacher.
There.
Timeout on the floor. Phew. When it's coming easy, you got to make it more difficult for yourself, I guess. 45-34. We'll keep it right here. Do have the boys coming up in just a little bit. Again, the Trojan men at 8-4. They're coming off a tough loss to Fort Scott the other night. A game where the Trojans, were able to keep pace with the Raiders throughout most of it. In the second half, things started to fall apart for them a little bit. Had a 4-point game going in to the 4th quarter, and then the Tigers just kind of poured it on the Trojans in that 4th. Caleb Muya, 18 points. Caleb on the season averaging 23.8 points per ball game. Good ball game as well for Evan Troike as his offense has started to come alive a little bit for the Trojans. 6:19 to play in this 4th quarter. Lady Trojans lead at 45-34 with the basketball. And Crane will have it out around midcourt. Out around midcourt, still holding on to it, trying to guard her is Jaden Meyer. Off to Valley, she finds an opening in the defense, up and in. Patience is a virtue, and Lady Trojans taking advantage of it there. 47, and a foul going to be called on Gabby Sands.
A little too much checking there on the, just fighting for position on the inbound.
It's the team foul number 7 on the Lady Trojans, and so it's going to send Karma Fields to the free throw line to shoot 1 and 1. She had 8 points in the first half. She's just got 1 point in this second half as she went 1 for 2. And she'll rattle in the first free throw to get a chance to shoot the second. 47-35, 5:50 to play, 4th quarter. Here's the second one. Missed it. If not anybody. And there's a turnover by Ferguson. 47-35, 5:48. It's going to be back to the Raiders here. They'll inbound. A little pump fake. Looking to shoot it there was Grayson Hipful. Kick and a long two is Jaden Meyer, her first field goal of the ball game. Can't get complacent. Back to a 10-point contest. Here's Crane out around midcourt. She'll look to attack. She'll slice through. Good dish. Just great vision. And a good look by Ferguson. Then JoJo just popped her there and pick up a foul.
Rough night at the office for JoJo.
She'll pick up her fourth personal. Or I think it's maybe just her third personal. Yep, it has been a rough night. It's her fourth. She'll kick out. Win some, you lose some. Kinsey Smith going to check out of the ball game as well. Jada Valley out. Britley Bailey checks in. Drake Worrell comes in. And J.C. Murphy comes in. Here's Hipful at the front end of the front of this one. She knocks it down. Here comes the second one. That one's no good off the front iron. Going to be tracked down. I'll tell you what, that's one coach is going to talk about on the rebounds, on the defensive end. Certainly after free throws, the Trojans have been just beat on that stat in this ball game. They may get the win, but there's going to be plenty to take from the tape on this one. And a steal by the Lady Trojans. Here they come. Crane going to drive, going to attack. Murphy, backside, shot up, good.
They're letting a lot of reaching go.
Again, another good assist by Sydney Crane, and Trojans back in front by 11. Drive, little runner in the lane, no good. Knocked around and pulled out of there by Britley Bailey, and a jump ball going to be in favor of the Raiders. Britley coming out of there swinging those elbows. That makes contact with somebody. It's lights out. Peterson throw it in. Good defense coming from behind by Crane and tracked down by JC. Up the floor on Hipful. JC going to tackle a runner in the lane. No good, but she is fouled. And JC will go back to the free throw line to shoot. 2. Fouls called on Hipful. Trailing from behind after that turnover. Davis, Harper, and going to be getting ready to come back into the ballgame for the Raiders. And JC will give that one a little lean and get it to fall in. I tell you, at one point in this game, I never thought in a million years we'd get to half 100. Just didn't feel like that kind of contest. Trojans are able to get a little bit of offense going here in the second half, and right now we sit 50-38. Largest lead of the ball game now is 12, now 13. Excellent night from the free throw line for the Lady Trojans. 51-38, 4.5 to go in the fourth quarter. The Raiders want to have a chance. They need to make a run right here. Dump off inside Harper, who's playing with 4 fouls. Here's Fields, shot no good. Put back up by Ginneman is good. Ginneman's in with 4 fouls. Davis is in with 4 fouls, and Harper's in with 4 fouls.
Man, you got to go to the hole here if you're the Trojans.
Yep, attack. This is the one that can do it here out holding for Lady Trojans, working against Peterson. They've got her on her. She's not in foul trouble. One of the few starters that is not. And here's Crane. She'll cross over. Little runner in the lane, good. And they know it. They can't pick up that 4th foul, and so does Sydney know it. And she'll throw it in. Up the floor, Davis brings it. And a near turnover. Crane gets it. Sydney, up the floor she comes. Layup with the left hand, good. Putting on a clinic. And the clinic is, hey, if you play good defense, good things happen to you in the offensive end of the floor. And that's what Sydney's done tonight. She's played very good defense. And good positioning underneath by Worrell, and that's the 5th. That's going to be the 5th on at Ginneman. $32 points for Sydney Crane. Not bad.
No.
Hipful's going to have to check into the ball game. It'll be Reagan Hipful. Bailey's going to check out of the ball game. Jada Valley comes back in for the Trojans, and Drake Worrell's at the free throw line to shoot two. Worrell's first point of the ball game, but adds to another excellent night from the charity stripe. This one's going to end up being a lopsided victory for the Lady Trojans, but not for a lack of trying. My Lady Raiders. 3:19 to play. Here's Davis. She's going to attack. Kick Peterson. Here's Harper. She'll put it on the deck. And ball's knocked to the bounds. Last touch by Crane. Sydney's still playing out there. 3:13 to play.
I don't know. The way the Trojans have finished quarters, this one could end up being a little bit closer.
Yeah. That's true. Inbound. Driving is Fields. Shot up no good. Rebound. Fields goes barreling through there and comes out of a rebound. I do not know how. On the right side now for Davis. Davis will put it on the deck. She'll drive, little runner. Good. And ball's going to roll out of bounds. We'll have to reset here. Matt Davis with 6 second-half points. She's got 9 in the ball game. But again, if you're the Trojans, if you can continue to attack, you can keep them in foul trouble. And now Peterson going to pick up one coming down the floor. Peterson will pick up her second personal foul. Her third, rather. And her fourth. I'm not very good at this.
There have been so many, it's hard to keep track.
Crane knocked down the free throw. Sydney on the night again, 32 points, now 33. And 2, 4, 6, 7 of 8 from the free throw line. Here comes the second one up, and that one no good. Rebound pulled out of there by Harper. Here comes Davis in transition. Stolen away by Murphy. Here comes JC. Streaking up the floor. JC with the right hand layup. No good. And Valley coming from behind and nearly saved that one from behind. But, boy, that would have been a nice finish by JC Murphy. Just couldn't get it to go. And pulled out of there by the Raiders. Here they come. 2:38 to play in this ball game. 57-42. Got a boys game coming up in a little while. We'll have the Evans Motors post-game show. We'll talk to head coach Brad Herlocker. Shot up no good. Rebound by Worrell. And foul going to be called. And Drake will go to the free throw line again. Foul's going to be called on.
Drake's getting to practice her free throws.
Yep. Karma Fields picking up her fourth foul. 1, 2, 3. All 5 starters have either 4 fouls or are fouled out of this ball game for the Raiders.
Well, they have a physical brand of play. That's what you call that. Not a team that's not afraid to get after it, BJ. Scrappy.
Scrappy. Mixture of things, I believe, this evening.
They're brawlers.
Drake missed both of them. 57-42, 2:19 to play. May start to see some mass exodus in this one. Really good take by Peterson. No good, though. Worrell fighting in there. Harper comes out of there with it, and she'll be fouled, and she'll shoot 2. And
she's just amazed the foul's not on her.
Drake will pick up her first personal foul. Team foul number 9 on the Lady Trojans.
Sure, the whistle and took one step for the bench.
2:09 to play in this one. And Harper knocks down the first one. Don't forget, we're back here on Friday. Lady Trojans, Trojan men hosting the Columbus Titans homecoming on Friday. We'll have all those festivities and the game for you, obviously.
Oh, they're playing a game, too?
Yep.
Oh, right on.
Queen coronation and basketball game. Jada Valley, a little nifty dribble to get out of some trouble there. 57 rather, 44. Your score, Trojans on top here. Under 2 minutes to play in the contest.
We're not covering the dance, are we?
If they would pay us to, we'd probably figure out a way to make some money off of it.
We get some sponsors for that.
I better not say that because somebody might take me up on it.
Yeah.
Then I know what I'm doing next Friday night.
Yeah.
Maddie Davis takes it at him, and she gets it to go. 57-46. Got to take care of the basketball. It's an 11-point game here with 90 seconds to play. It's not unthinkable. Crane threw it away.
You know, BJ,
Luckily,
I bet you there are a handful of dads here in Girard who probably would like to have a
little
video surveillance of that dance. Probably could sell that, actually.
Davis pushed in on the back there, and it was going to go out of bounds, going to go sailing out of bounds, but She clipping violation there on Drake Whirl and send Drake back to the free throw line. Drake 1 out of 4 from the free throw line here in this fourth quarter. Needs to get one to go through the hole.
She started so well.
Yep. One dribble and pull the trigger on it. Off the back iron, no good. Minute 27 to play in this game. Trojans most likely going to roll the victory room to 2-0. And a good take there by Drake. It's good delivery. Just try to get that range down. 58-46. Move to 2-0 in the CNC. Take another step forward. Sub-State will be in Frontenac, so possibly see this team again. And a travel by Hipful.
I think she came open there and couldn't decide if she wanted to shoot or drive.
Yep. Baker, the lone 3 in this ball game for the Raiders. Again, Frontenac left a ton of points out there from the free throw line. And if they make a few of those down the stretch, it's a closer game, and who knows? Crane, I think she had 33 points at last count for the Lady Trojans. Gabby Sands wants to pull the trigger on a 3, no good. And pulled out of there by Baker. Probably not the shot they wanted to take. Probably wanted a little more time off the clock, but here they come. Baker to Harper. Free throw line, no good. Loose ball, picked up Baker. She'll roll it in. She had 7 points at halftime. None here in the second half until that one went down. 58-48. Off to Sands. 34 seconds to play in this one. And they're fighting with the Trojans. Now they're going to foul Gabby Sands finally. Send Gabby to the free throw line. Gabby, probably not the one you want to foul. Probably one of their best free throw shooters, and she is 74% from the charity stripe on the season.
Well, the way the Raiders have been shooting threes tonight, this is really more of an academic exercise here.
Yep, and the first one's up and good. Gabby not a huge night offensively, but always a presence on the defensive end of the floor. And she'll knock down the first one. Here comes the second. Up and through. 60-48. 20 seconds to play in this one. Harper going to jack a 3 and no good.
Why not?
Loose ball pulled up. Baker trying to put it back in there. Shot up and good. Finally on the putback is Jaden Meyer. Timeout going to be taken by Coach Harper.
And a groan kind of comes up from the Girard faithful. You're down by 10 with 10 seconds left. I'm interested to see what she's drawing up down there on the old whiteboard.
All in all, though, you got to feel pretty good about the way the Trojans kind of reacted. There was a few times where it looked like things were going to stay big and stay tight, and then everybody's going to get tight. But it kind of ground down on this Raider team, and sometimes they were their own worst enemy in this game.
Yeah, some ill-advised three-point shooting. That there were a lot of possessions that were just wasted because they chucked up threes, and then you had the turnovers. And with Girard, though, you noticed and we've noticed it all season, a very big difference when Sydney's on the floor and when she's sitting on the bench. And Frontenac able to chip back into the game a couple times when Sid was catching her breath, but she comes back out on the floor. Girard able to push that lead.
They'll have the basketball here for the final 10.5, and they want to foul her quickly, and they still 3 seconds run off the clock. And
7.9 seconds, a lot of time, BJ, a lot of time.
Crane will go to the free throw line to shoot 2 against Sydney on the night. 2, 4, 6, 7.
It ain't over till it's over, and if you keep fouling, it's never over.
7 out of 9 with 7.9 on the clock.
Strategy.
And Sherrado in the first one. Strategery. I thought that's how it was pronounced.
Yeah, whatever.
Back in action on Friday, Columbus. Then it starts, Josh, a little bit of a road swing for us. We won't be back to the friendly confines of Ted R. Taylor Gymnasium until February 16th.
Who's going to bring us bottled water? That's what I want to know.
On our road swing?
We're going to have to get our own bottled water.
Yeah.
It's going to be rough.
Hospitality here is unmatched. Girard, a 3, no good, and that's the end of it. Final score, 62-50. Trojans going to kind of eventually cruise to a 12-point lead, although it was nip and tuck. 7-point game after 3. End up getting that lead in the fourth quarter and building on it. Lead by 12 at the end of it, and that's what matters. Trojans going to win it again. They'll move to 9-4 on the season, 2-0 in CNC play. and they will await the Columbus Titans coming up on Friday to try to remain unbeaten in CNC play. Lady Raiders going to fall to 4-10 on the year, 0-2 in the CNC. We'll talk about it next here on the Evans Motors postgame show. We'll have your final stats, player of the game, and more here on the postgame show. The Girard Lady Trojans win it here over the Raiders, 62-50. You're watching Trojan basketball on Girard Sports Live and the Evans Motors postgame show. Evans Motors has been getting people in vehicles since 1935. Stop by the lot just south of Pittsburgh. See Nate or Eddie for a test drive and let them find the vehicle that is right for you, or check out their online showroom at evansmotors.net. Or if you're just looking for some comic relief, stop by the lot out there, and those two will definitely take care of you in that fashion. Final score again, 62-50. Trojans win it. We'll talk about it next on the Evans Motors postgame show on Girard Sports Live.
For over 80 years, Evans Motors has provided some of the best handshakes in the four-state area. No matter what type of handshake a situation calls for, Evans Motors will guide the hand into its proper position with the correct amount of pressure. Risky handshakes, classic handshakes, or something in between, Nate and Eddie have an arsenal of shakes, roughly umpteen. So the next time you want an optimal handshake, come to Evans Motors in Pittsburgh.
Peony Dental is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. Chris Peony DDS offers exceptional dentistry for all ages in a friendly atmosphere. In fact, Chris Peony has been caring for smiles since 1993. No wonder so many Trojan fans look so good. Peony Dental offers preventative care, Invisalign, whitening, bridges, crowns, and more. Stop by today and ask about the all-new CEREC dental system, offering same-day crowns, start to finish, right there in the office. To learn more, visit them at 106 South Ozark in Girard or go online to peonydental.com.
Producers Co-op of Girard has been serving the needs of farmers and ranchers in southeast Kansas for decades. With a wide range of products and services, you'll be sure to find what you're looking for. Contact the Agronomy Center for seed recommendations, seed treatments, crop scouting, and more, or stop by the farm store for feeds, equipment, supplies, clothing, and accessories. Producers Co-op also has bulk fuels and propane available. To see everything Producers Co-op Association has to offer, visit them online at www.girardcoop.com or give them a call at 620-724-8241.
Farm Bureau is proud to support Girard High School student athletes. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, their #1 goal is to make insurance simple. Agents Judd Sasho, Lori Johnson, and Lisa Sasho take pride in educating their clients and members so they are able to make the best decisions. There's a lot of information out there, and at Farm Bureau, they can explain it in a way that relates to you so you can apply it to your life, family, farm, and future. To learn more, contact Judd, Lori, or Lisa at 620-724-4213. Go Trojans!
For all your insurance and financial service needs, call your State Farm agent TJ Belcher in Girard today.
This is Girard Sports Live.
Back out here on the Evans Motors postgame show here on Girard Sports Live. BJ Harris along with you as we begin to wrap things up on the front side of our high school basketball doubleheader. The Girard Lady Trojans victorious tonight here over the Frontenac Lady Raiders 62-50, and the Trojans get the win here, led tonight by Sydney Crane with 35 points. Our player of the game brought to you by Brokop Construction, where they specialize in new home construction. Learn more or to get a free estimate, call Matt Brokop at 620-687-2381. Josh, I'm going to give Sydney Crane the player of the game, if that's okay with you, with 35 points.
Yeah, you know, I mean, it's kind of an average effort for Sid. 35 points, I guess. You got to give it to somebody.
It kind of is. 35 points. She also wins 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 of 11 for the free throw line. That's pretty darn good. She had 35. Let's take a look at your final stats brought to you by Westridge Assisted Living, allowing seniors to remain active in their daily lives and enjoying their daily lives in a worry-free, stress-free environment. Stop by and see Kathy and Girard to learn more about what Westridge Assisted Living has to offer your loved ones. For the Lady Trojans, Lady Raiders rather, they had 2 girls in double figures with Maddie Davis had 11, 10 points from Karma Fields. A lot of girls scored, 9 points from Skylar Baker, And then 4 points from Jaden Meyer, 4 points from Lauren Harper, 2 points from Reagan Hipfel, 2 points from Taylor Peterson, and 1 point from Grayson Hipfel in this ball game as the Lady Trojans do win it 62-50. Lady Trojans led tonight 35 points from Sydney Crane. Trojans went 19 of 27 from the free throw line as well, not too shabby. As I mentioned, she went 9 of 11 from the stripe. 11 points from J.C. Murphy, 7 points from Jada Valley, 5 points from Drake Worrell, 2 points from Kinsey Smith, and 2 points from Kinsey Smith, 2 points from Drake Worrell, 5 points from Gabby Sands, in the victory for the Lady Trojans. Settling in here now, the head coach of the Girard Lady Trojans, Brad Urlacher. His interviews, as always, brought to you by Community National Bank and Trust. They've been serving the area for 30 years. Stop in soon to pick up your very own Girard Trojan Instant Issue Mascot Debit Card. Community National Bank and Trust, a proud supporter of Girard Schools. Learn more online at mybankcnb.com. And Coach, congratulations, another win, 2-0. It's a knockdown drag-out, as we suspected it might be here with the Frontenac Lady Raiders. But 35 points from Sydney Crane just continues to be impressive.
You know, it's fun to watch her transformation from that point guard that distributes the ball, that last year, won a state championship. Oh, by the way, was perfect from the line down the stretch.
Yep.
She on other teams could have been this from day one. She could have been this player.
Yep.
And for her as a player, I think this is just great for her development to have that and learn to be that distributor, understand the whole game of basketball, understand every position there is, and then to turn around and be able to, this year, really take off and be that scorer, be the man that has to come up and make shots.
She can still distribute a little bit, too. You better have your head on a swivel. You have a broken nose by the time the thing's done, but still able to do that. And it looks like everybody else is starting to figure out a way to play within that. Obviously, you want her to – she's going to have to come out and do this. She's going to have to for you guys to do what you need to do. But everybody else playing through her. J.C. Murphy, 11 points tonight, stepped up big as well.
Yeah.
And then Jada Valley, we mentioned her in the pregame show. That core group of three, and everybody else coming around.
If we can get someone else in the, Jada Valleys, the J.C. Murphys, the Gabby Sands, the Britley Baileys, if we can get those guys to get, at least 1, 2 of them flirting with double digits on top of what Sid does, we have a pretty good chance that night to win the basketball game.
They were going to come out and get physical with you. It was obvious that was going to happen. It ended up kind of backfiring in them as all 5 of their starters ended up with at least 4 fouls, one of them with 5 fouls in this ball game. Worked out pretty good. You guys were able to kind of keep up with that. There was a little bit of a wane in there in that second quarter, but once you kind of matched that intensity, it was on.
Yeah, we do. When Sid goes out of the game, sometimes we have a little bit of a lull, and our kids got to step up to that. But, overall, can't say enough tonight about, I warned them coming in there'd be a lot of physicality to, match that if they're not calling it. But as they started calling it, I thought our kids adjusted well. Their kids didn't adjust to them starting to call those fouls, and as a result, we got to the free throw line a lot.
Got to feel good to be 2-0 in the CNC and coming up with Columbus on next week. What do you know of the Titans? What do you expect out of that ball game? On Friday, rather.
Well, Columbus is a team that has been steadily, I've been watching them all year long. They've been steadily getting better. Columbus is a team that beat Parsons last Friday. So, they've got quality wins against quality opponents. And, this CNC this year is going to be a dogfight, I think, every night out. So, we cannot let down. We got to keep pushing forward, not only for league play, but to get ready and be where we want to be if we want to try to make some noise in postseason.
Hey, it's a big ball game when Eddie Lomshak graces your doorway. And so I know you didn't see him before. Otherwise, the pressure would have been too much for you. You wouldn't have been able to handle it.
It would.
With him in the building.
The great one is here, yes.
Coach, we appreciate your time as always. Congratulations on another win, and good luck on Friday.
Thank you.
Head coach of the Girard Lady Trojans, Brad Urlacher, joining us here on the Evans Motors postgame show. That's going to do it for the postgame show. Coming up next, we're going to kick off our pregame show, again brought to you by Community National Bank and Trust. And we'll hear from the head coach of the Girard Trojan men, Rod Westcott, as the Trojans coming in at 8-4, 1-0 in CNC play. Raiders coming in at 5-9, 0-1 in CNC competition. We'll hear from Coach Westcott next on the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show. Girard Sports Live.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Stop in soon to pick up your very own Girard Trojan Instant Issue Mascot Debit Card. While you're there, be sure to ask about their e-Power checking, mobile banking, and bill pay, and new Guardian Secure checking. Learn more online at mybankcnb.com. Community National Bank and Trust, member FDIC, and a proud supporter of Girard Schools. Go Trojans!
For more than 20 years, Call Service has been serving Southeast Kansas. Right now, Call Service has a huge selection of hand-cooked tires, including hand-cooked Dynapro ATM. Farmers and ranchers trust Call Service as their trucks crisscross Southeast Kansas, providing on-the-farm tire service daily. Plus, Call's is a first stop for lube and oil changes. Get back in the game with your new set of hand-cooked tires, never halfway. Available now at Call Service. Check them out online at callservicellc.com or call 620-724-4121.
This is Girard Sports Live.
Welcome back to the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show here on Girard Sports Live. BJ Harris along with you as we settle in for the backside of a CNC boys and girls basketball doubleheader tonight. The Girard Trojans welcome in the Frontenac Raiders. Joining me now, the head coach of the Girard Trojans, Rod Westcott. And Coach, boy, coming off a tough loss on the road in the SEK again up there at Fort Scott, a hostile environment. That place was rocking. Both of you guys talked about that in our pregame show about how tough it is to play up there. And both games came down close. You guys did too. When you kind of went back and looked at that game, what was the difference? And how'd you guys fall in that one?
Yeah, I thought our kids battled hard, competed hard. They made a few more plays down the stretch, and were able to put the ball in the basket. And I went foul late. Obviously, they went to the line and made their free throws to where we never could cut back into the lead. But they got a nice team. Coach Del Torre does a good job with them, and hopefully we can get a little better from a couple of mistakes that we made up there.
It seems there's some running themes in ball games where you guys have fallen. There haven't been very many of them this year. That's been very fortunate, but there's some game plans that probably are starting to develop for you guys. How do you address that? How do you approach that, and how do you change a little bit to make sure you keep people off your trail?
Yeah, we have to continue to get better, obviously, and fundamentals is always a big one. It's one of those old sayings that coaches always like to talk about fundamentals, but taking care of the basketball and playing good defense are two things that are going to win the ball game. Those are things that we've got to continue to get better at. There's no tricks or anything like that are going to go out and win your ball games. You just got to do those little things to get things done and get things accomplished. So, hopefully we're understanding that, and hopefully we can get better at it.
Well, we talked a little bit in the post game too, and his development. It's like a light bulb went off one day for Evan Troike, and he said, "I got to score too." He's done all the other things that you ask him to do: rebound and assists and ball handling and steals and everything else. But his offense has just gone through the roof here over the last 6 to 8 ball games. How important is that for him and your team?
Yeah, I think he's understanding that he's got to look to score for us. We can't be one-dimensional, and we needed some other guys stepping up too. But he's starting to get his looks and starting to knock them down when the opportunity presents itself. So that's a good thing. I think his mother may have had something to do with that. She had a long talk with him, told him she was going to ground him if he didn't start looking at the basket. So hats off to her, because he does need to score for us a little bit.
All right, so if you look back at your team right now, this is a good time to kind of evaluate as you get ready to get into the throngs of the full CNC schedule. How are you different than you thought you were going to be? How do you have expectations, obviously, going into the season and now getting ready to go into the second game of the CNC? How do you feel like you're different and maybe better?
Well, I don't know if we're anything different than what we thought we knew. What we thought we knew before the season. We're probably where we want to be right now as far as the way we're playing. Now, we're not where we would like to be by the end of the season by any means, but kids are improving. I think we're probably a little more mentally tough than what we were at the start of the season, and hopefully that'll pay off down the stretch.
All right, Frontenac here tonight. Another rivalry ball game for you guys here, but get to play at home. It'll be nice to be in that gym. I know it seems like forever since we were. What do you know of the Raiders? What do you expect out of tonight's ball game?
Their record is not indicative of the type of team they have. They've got a very, very good ball club. They, if you look at their losses, they really don't have any common opponents this year. So it's hard to tell, how we're going to match up with each other, other than our kids know each other so well and we've played each other so many times. But, they've got a nice team. They got a couple bigs inside that they run some nice high-low stuff with, and their guards are very athletic, get out and get after you. I see some pressure out of them tonight, probably see some junk defense out of them tonight. So we'll have our hands full tonight, as usual, come league time, and we'll have to obviously play our best to come out on top.
All right, Coach. Well, we appreciate your time as always, and good luck tonight.
All right, thanks, BJ.
Head coach of the Girard Trojans, Rod Westcott, joining us here on the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show. We'll step away, take a quick break. Still to come. Starting lineup, keys to game, opening tip-off from Ted R. Taylor Gymnasium. Trojans, Raiders next on Girard Sports Live.
Chicken Annie's Girard is a proud supporter of Trojan athletics. Chicken Annie's of Girard serves up the area's best fried chicken and a whole lot more. Check out their weekly specials like chicken and noodles on Wednesdays, Thursday nights kids nights, and Friday boneless wings. Oh, and don't forget about those delicious homemade pies. Stop in or enjoy their mouth-watering favorites at home with carry-out and catering available. Chicken Annie's Girard, continuing a Southeast Kansas tradition. Learn more at chickenanniesgirard.com or call 620-724-4090.
Crocan Telephone Cooperative has been serving Girard in Southeast Kansas for 65 years. In 1952, we helped our members connect with each other using telephone lines. Today, we connect our members with the entire world using fiber optics. While the technology has changed, our commitment to deliver it to our members has not. Good luck, Trojans, from your friends at Crocan. Check us out on the web at ckt.net.
This is Girard Sports Live.
Welcome back out here to Ted R. Taylor Gymnasium. Girard Trojans getting ready to take on the Frontenac Raiders. Starting lineups inside the gym. We'll do it as well. Starting lineups, as always, brought to you by our friends at Pearls and Curls Boutique. The Trojans will start this game in style, but nowhere near the level of style you'll find at Pearls and Curls Boutique. Shabby chic new boutique. They're located on the south side of the square next to Sheer Expressions. See all their new arrivals at facebook.com/Pearls and Curls KS. First up for the Frontenac Raiders will be number 3, Daniel Watts, a 5'10" senior. Number 12, Jake Wilbert, a 6-foot senior super athletic dude in Jake Wilbert. 22, Brock Kinnapan, big kid down inside, 6'4" senior. Number 23, Peyton Brown, a 5'11" senior. And number 33, Hayden Pyle, a 6'2" sophomore. The Raiders are coached by Ryan Barcelona. For the Trojan men, it will be number 4, Ryder Whirl, 6-foot sophomore, averaging 7 points per ball game, really coming on offensively. Number 5, Ethan Goff, 6-foot senior, averages 10.6 points per ball game, second leading scorer on this team. Number 10, Caleb Muya, 6'4", junior rather, averaging 23.8 points per ball game. For the Trojans, Brett Ferguson, 6'3", senior, averages 2.7, and number 50, Evan Troike, averages a 5'10" junior, averaging 9.7 points per ball game. He has really come on strong. Opening tip-off, as always, brought to you by Larrett Ceramics, 503 West Maple in Girard. Stop by Larrett Ceramics for great gift ideas and supplies. Get creative when it comes to gift buying. Pick up a beautiful ceramic piece or sign somebody up for classes. Larrett Ceramics, 620-724-8442. Trojans will come out, meet at center court there to leap this thing away. At center court, it'll be Hayden Pyle leaping against Caleb Muya. Here we go. Opening toss going to be won by Muya, won by the Trojans. Ethan Goff will have it on the right side as he'll look to attack. Now pull back outside. The Trojans are off and running here. High post for Caleb. He'll attack on Ginneman. Get inside there, just going to force it up. Shot no good, and Ginneman comes away with a rebound. And he'll push it up the floor. Brock, big athletic kid, driving, little runner, no good. Rebound. Troike and a foul going to be called probably on Pyle. And it is his first. Team first. Missed opportunity there for the Raiders. Long pass, Muya up in front. He'll have 1-on-2, and he'll pull it back, working against Wilbert. And nearly swatted away, gathered up by Troike. Now Evan will attack. He'll kick. Whirl on the left wing. Back outside for Goff. High post, Ferguson. Give and go there. Ethan slashing by the defense, up and good. He took advantage, I think, of everybody else kind of being too focused on Muya and Troike, and Ethan said, thank you very much. I'll take it to the rim.
And that's good. He needs to build his confidence with those layups.
He's got the ability to do that, no doubt about it. On the right side for Wilbert. High post now. Backing in his Pyle, working against Ferguson. He'll put it up, no good. Muya just elevates over the top of him. Caleb up the floor. He'll drive. Runner into paint. Good. Caleb Muya lays it in. Trojans 4-0, 6:49 to play in this opening seconds, opening minute and a half or so of this one. On the right side for Wilbert, working against Worrell. Some fun matchups out there on the floor right now to keep an eye on. Trojans going to run again with it. Caleb just flying down the floor. He'll go again, put it up, and he'll draw the contact on Ginnivan. They picked on little sister in the first game, and now go right at Brock in this one.
Yeah, we didn't get to keys of the game because, time's short. But if I'm the Trojans, I say be fearless, and they're doing it so far. Fearless shooting the ball and fearless going to the hole. You got to press the issue. So far, Girard's done that.
First one's up and no good by Muya. There you go. Your keys of the game brought to you by Fort Scott Community College, where there's 40 fields of study, something for everyone. Take general education courses, complete an associate's degree or certificate. Visit fortscott.edu or call 620-223-2700 for more information. Muya missed the first, made the second. Trojans lead by 5. 6.5 to play. Move off left wing. Wilbert dump off inside. Ginnivan, they front and back on him. Now attack Pyle. He'll have a little runner up and good.
Yeah, he caught the ball wide open and didn't settle for the jumper, went straight for the bucket.
Pyle breaks his 5-2 run for the Trojans to start this ball game. 2 minutes into it. Muya on the right wing. They're going to match up Ginnivan with Muya. Back outside, Trojans, reverse direction. Drive, elevate, Goff, a little floater, no good. Knocked around, good effort by Evan Troike again. Muya, he'll pull the trigger on a 3, no good. Rebound, there's Evan Troike. I'm just going to clean up everybody's messes, says Evan Troike. He keeps that one alive. He was on one side. There he was again. And Brett Ferguson's foul. He'll go to the free throw line to shoot 2. Foul's going to be called on Peyton Brown, his first. Called on 32. There isn't a 32. It's 23.
Dyslexia can affect the best of us, man. And Troike's one of those guys, when you say that their motor never quits, he's a perfect example of it. He's constantly on the move, trying to get to the ball, trying to get an advantage.
23. 5:44 to play. Oh.
Wow.
And Pyle, I think Pyle gets the raw end of that deal because he picks up his second while he's sitting on the bench.
Yeah, that's...
he was in the game, I guess, at the time, but picks up his second personal foul.
Well, there's no justice in this world, BJ.
13 foul. Ferguson knocks down both free throws, by the way. And the Trojans are in front again by 5. Here catching is Daniel Watts. He lost it, gathered up by Ryder Worrell. Worrell trying to lead the break, mishand a little bit. Now Trojans will have to reset here. Outside, Carter Doherty just checked into the ball game. Back over left side for Troike. Now here's Worrell. Worrell in the left corner. Trojans being patient here in the half court. 5:13 to play first quarter. High post for Doherty. Now to the right corner. Worrell. They'll get right up on him. They got Watts guarding him. Man-to-man defense all the way around for the Raiders. Goff, catch, fire, 3 on the way. Good!
That's a big shot.
Yep, it is. He's got 5, and it's a 8-point lead for the Girard Trojans. Trying to get over here and get a little energy. Timeout by the Raiders. We'll take it. 4:58 to play in this first quarter. Trojans lead it by 8. We're watching Trojan basketball on Girard Sports Live.
Ag Choice of Hepler is a proud supporter of Girard Trojan Athletics. Of course, Ag Choice has all the products you need to keep your crops growing, like fertilizer, crop protection products, and seed. But Ag Choice is also the first stop for keeping your livestock operation going, with a great selection of farm supplies, equipment, and quality feeds. To find solutions to all of your agricultural needs, contact Joe Murphy of Ag Choice of Hepler at 620-368-4347. Ag Choice of Hepler is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans.
This is Girard Sports Live.
10-2, Trojans on top by 8 here. 4:49 to play. Baseline Wilbert, good defense by Worrell. And a ball's going to be out of bounds. A kicked ball is what's going to be called there. And good effort by Worrell coming up from behind to strip that ball because it looked like it was going to be an easy take by Wilbert. And instead, Worrell comes in there, plays good defense. Inbound deep to Watts. Now Reef set. Here's Blaine Baldwin into the ball game. He'll drive it in. Shot no good, but he is fouled. And Baldwin will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. Carter Doherty getting called for his first personal foul. Team foul number one on the Trojans.
Now Drake kind of got to look at his first step there because he's got a pretty quick one. He knows that he let him get by him. That's why Doherty picked up that foul.
First one's no good by Blaine Baldwin. 6'2" junior just checking into the ball game. Raiders are going to go pretty deep, I think, on their bench. Trojans do not. And the first one was no good. Second one is. Trojans the other night only played 6 guys in the entire game against Fort Scott. And there's the reason that fourth quarter did not quite go the way you would have liked it for Trojans.
Same thing happened against Pittsburgh High.
On the right side for Muya. In their defense, Pittsburgh only had 5 guys too, pretty much.
True that.
They went 6 or 7 deep. Here's Troike. What a good move to the rim there by Evan Troike. Again, Evan can make his own shot, and he needs to keep doing that. 4-12, approaching the midway point of this first quarter. Wilbert with it on the right wing, working against Worrell. Ryder up in his face. Kick off Ginnivan. He looked to face on Carter. Drive, contact, foul, and the bucket. We'll see who they get on that. They're going to get Carter with his second. It's either going to be Carter or Muya down inside. Ferguson's going to come in. He'll replace Carter Doherty. Nope. Yes, he will. Carter's been in a bit of a slump as well here of late. And Ginnivan knocks down the and one. Trojans on top, 12-6 here with 3:55 to play in this first quarter. Both teams kind of a punchers trying to fill one another out, it seems like. Goff will just push his way in there. He'll go take the attempt to get fouled going up. And that foul is going to be called against Peyton Brown. He'll pick up his second personal. And Peyton got to be careful. It's going to be on the floor. Team foul number 4 on the Raiders. Ryder going to check into the ball game. Zane Henderson going to come in for Girard. Muya trying to get it in. He'll get it in. Troike over to Goff. Back to Muya on the right side. Teams have really packed it in on Caleb. He's going to have to loosen things up. Mid-range jumper, 3-point shot. Evan Troike wants to do that. Caleb will swat it out. And it's going to be back court. Ethan trying to fast one. Didn't work that way. If he had gotten it before it went over the half-court line and knocked it back, and he was in half-court, backcourt, but the ball wasn't, then it would have counted, but not the case. Brown with it on the right wing.
We should get a the more you know graphic.
I wouldn't, because I may have made that up. I'm pretty sure I'm right. Down inside they go, up and good on Jake Wilbert. The Raiders have kind of stopped the bleeding a little bit and pulled it within 4. And it's going the other way. Trojans another open frame here.
Yeah, Goff just got in a little over his head there, drove right into a man in the lane and lost control of it.
George led by as many as 8 right now. They hold on to a 4-point lead. Raiders have cut the lead in half. Under 3 to play first quarter. Off to the right wing for Baldwin. Dump off inside. They get it to Ginnivan. You can't let him get it that close to the basket. Too big, too strong.
Yeah, Ferguson's going to have a heck of a time keeping him off the block.
It's a 2-point contest. 2:39 to play in this opening stanza. Screen from Ferguson. Troike nearly lost it. They're hampering him a little bit on the right side. Evan will tack, kick. Ferguson put it on the deck. Up and around. He'll push one up. No good. Henderson's there. He'll scoop it off for Muya. Caleb steps back. He's going to pull it back for the Trojans. He'll set fire. His second 3 is up and good.
Big shot.
Yeah, he needs to take more of those. He does knock it down. He's got 6 for the Trojans, and that is a big one.
He shot
that run.
Shot it in rhythm.
Here's a little runner up off the glass. No good. Caleb gets the rebound, and here come the Trojans. He'll just blow past the defenders. Shot no good. Good defense, really, in transition by Frontenac. They got 3 guys on one side of the floor. Just cover it with both hands like a fullback. Does Daniel Watts. Can't get it to go. Now here come the Trojans. Up and down the floor we go. Goff with it. Coach and I talked about it. I don't think we talked on the air, but talked more about if they're going to pack it down inside and make Caleb be on the edge, he's going to have to take some of those mid-range jumpers. That three-point shot's a big one to make them pull out just a little bit. And clean some stuff up inside the paint, give more opportunity for rebounds as well. Brett needs help. Whew. Now reset here with a minute 18 to play in the first quarter, 15-11. Here's Troike, showing his Goff, up and under. Good, and the foul. Nope, they're going to say it was on the floor.
Oh, man.
He's got it just as he caught it.
That's a close call.
It's going to be Peyton Brown. I have him for his third, but I marked him down on that one that I thought was on him and not.
That he actually committed but didn't get whistled for.
Caleb going to get a break here down the stretch of this first quarter. World checks in for him.
Now, if I'm Frontenac in this situation, I feed Ginnivan down low and all day long.
Goff, little runner, no good. Rebound pulled out of there for the Raiders. Cooper Cleveland's just checked into the ball game for Frontenac. Another junior. Here's Ginnivan, top of the key. Crossing over on Goff. Good defense there. Kick out left side into the ball game is Jack Beckman. As well, again, they'll go very deep. Now bounces inside Beckman. Good defense there by Ferguson. Ginnivan ends up with it. He'll attack. Trojans double him, and Brock just takes it in and gets contact.
That's pretty much there all night.
Yep. Somebody's going to need to go inside and draw some contacts and try to take a charge on him as he barrels his way through into the paint.
And then also on the offensive end, go right at him and see if you can get some fouls.
First one's up and good. 2 for 2 from the free throw line so far for him. 15-11 is your score. 35.2 seconds to play here in this first quarter. Trojans came out like gangbusters. Raiders have slowed them down here in the second half of this first quarter. And it's a three-point contest with 35.2. Ginnivan will check out so he doesn't get that foul. Muya will check in. Coming back in for the Raiders is Hayden Pyle with those 2 fouls. A little offense-defense exchange there for both teams. And 35.2. Also into the ball game is Cale Franklin. Off the right side for Troike. 22 seconds to play in the first quarter. 17 seconds. Worrell trying to shake him off. Now he needs help. High post for Ferguson or for Muya. Caleb will drive. Little runner, not the look they wanted. Knocked around. Troike comes up with it. 5 seconds. Off to Muya. Up off the glass. A good dish. That extra pass is a good one, and Muya gets it to go, and that's the end of the first quarter. Trojans lead by 5, 17-12 after 1. You're watching Trojan basketball on Girard Sports Live.
When I wake up in the morning, love, and the sunlight hurts my eyes, then I look at you, and I know it's gonna be a lovely day, lovely day.
This is Girard Sports Live.
(17-12) after 1 quarter of play. Josh slides it over. I don't think they have a name, but we called them Behind the Curtain. Was the name we came up with that band?
That's right.
It's a great name. It's a great name for a band. If they don't take it, I'm going to sell it to somebody.
Yeah.
I'll give you commission since you came up with it. Probably
Behind the Curtain.
Yeah. Here we go, second quarter of play. Trojans again led by as many as 8. Right now lead by 5, 17-12. Raiders with the basketball as we come out of the break. Off to the right corner. Trojans get that trap. He'll barrel through it is Cooper Cleland. Back outside elevating. Jake Wilbert, no good. Knocked around. Still to be determined. Good effort there by Carter Doherty. And Mulia comes away with it. Trojans going to lead the break. Dump off inside Ferguson off the glass. What a good dish. Caleb, a good fit. Dish and a good finish by Ferguson. 19-12. Again, Caleb can be dangerous with the ball in his hand, but he can also be dangerous because teams will focus on him and other guys will get open. We've seen it twice already here in this first half. It's led to buckets. 7-point game back for Girard. Dump off high post. Backing his Pyle. Got away with a walk. There, we'll give it to him. Yep. He slid with his legs, Coach. Mike Vars can hear me.
Yeah. Well, you know, if I'm Coach Barcelona, I didn't see that either.
Slid his feet there as he went into the lane, and Trojans get past a little bit of a token pressure there in the backcourt. High post for Ferguson. Off the whirl. Now Mulia. Caleb will shoot another three.
Yeah, he starts making that three. You better look out. Because then what are you going to do?
I have no idea.
I mean, there's just no way to defend him. Teams have been packing it down all year, and he hasn't been making the three. But if he starts popping that,
he's made two.
He's
Whirl
unstoppable.
Up in front. Goff flying up the floor with the right hand. Good. Trojans with flurry here to start this second quarter. 24-12, a 12-point lead, their largest of the ball game. On the right side is Jack Beckman. Here's Ginnivan off left side for Wilbert. He thought about a three-hand in his face is Ferguson. Ginnivan backing. Trojans packing in on him, and foul going to be called on Doherty, and Carter's going to pick up his third.
Well, nobody's willing to stop Ginnivan until he gets way down right under the bucket into Doherty's territory. Doherty's teammates need to help him out. Take a charge outside. You know he's just going to barrel towards the bucket.
Trojans have packed it down inside to try to limit Brock Ginnivan, and so far he's done a pretty good job against that. He's done real good at the free throw line, 4 for 4 now. He's got 8 points in the contest for the Raiders.
I don't think Doherty's been in the game for longer than 45 seconds.
Nope.
Any stretch.
Carter hurt that ankle, and he's never really been right since. It limits your mobility a little bit, and then teams will go at you, and you don't have the ability to kind of move. First miss from the free throw line. Rebound pulled out of there by Mulia. Up the floor they go. Trojans running on the Raiders a little bit. Mulia down inside. No. It's a very good acting job by
Brock
Ginnivan.
Why Ginnivan
the contact was
there.
there, but he had him turned, and not a great call there, but it's okay. Mulia will pick up his first personal foul. It'll be team foul number 5 on the Trojans. 24-13 your score.
Yeah, I don't think Caleb Mulia could run over Ginnivan if he had to.
No. Big body. On the right side, knocked around. Here's Pyle. Dump off inside. Ginnivan. Kick outside. Wilbert. Jumper good. Catching fire. Raiders chipping back away at it. Caleb looked to attack. Good defense there by Frontenac. Back outside they go. 9-point ball game. 24 wide open. Mulia, they lost him. Off the glass and good. Caleb going to work. 26-15. Now that's that 3-point shot. You see they had to get back away and get on the perimeter a little bit, and it gave him just a little bit more of a lane to get to the rim.
Yeah, it really loosens that defense up.
On the right side. Knocked away. Good steal. Ethan Goff going to lead the charge. 4-on-3. Ethan just going to take it. Scoot. Mulia. Charge on Ethan.
Oh, man. That's pretty deep under the basket to be calling a charge.
Hayden.
I guess the refs are wearing black and white, though.
Hayden Pyle. Tell that to the Lady Raiders who had like 40 fouls against them.
No doubt.
Goff picks up his first personal.
I'm just pretty underwhelmed sometimes.
Team foul number 6 on the Trojans, 26-15. 5:18 to go in this second quarter. On the left wing for Peyton Brown. Back outside they go on the right wing. Now move to the right corner. Wilbert trying to go up over the top for Ginnivan. Good pass. Good. That's really well done. Ginnivan tells him good pass, and
yeah,
he's right. Just a skip pass right over to the top of the defense and got him on the backside. Another little wrinkle the Trojans got to have an answer for it. He gets the bucket to go and the foul.
Yeah, it's
Troike's first.
It's bonus time for Frontenac, too. They'll be heading to the stripe a lot.
Coach down here is telling the official that he's pushing the defenders underneath the basket, and that's what allowed him to be open like that. There's a jump ball going to be in favor of the Trojans. As Troike comes in and gets tangled up with Pyle, Hayden Pyle. And 26-17 rather. There's a steal. Trojans miss one there. Pyle up off the left wing. Back outside for Ginnivan. And Wilbur to pull back out here with 4:37 to play in this opening half. He'll elevate just inside three-point range. No good. Rebound Ginnivan on that block. He'll kick, set, three on the way. Left it hanging, no good. On the take by Peyton Brown. Now Goff going to run up the floor, and he's going to be fouled by Wilbur.
We're seeing the same thing out of the Frontenac boys that we saw the girls. Taking too many threes. I mean, you got the most dominant big man on the floor. Feed that guy.
Yep. Timeout going to be taken by Coach Westcott. Timeout on the floor is at 30. We'll go ahead and take it. 4:22 to play in the first half. Girard leads at 26-17. We're back in 30 seconds. You're watching Trojan basketball on Girard Sports Live.
Crawcan Telephone Cooperative has been serving Girard in southeast Kansas for 65 years. In 1952, we helped our members connect with each other using telephone lines. Today, we connect our members with the entire world using fiber optics. While the technology has changed, our commitment to deliver it to our members has not. Good luck, Trojans, from your friends at Crawcan. Check us out on the web at ckt.net.
This is Girard Sports Live.
(27-17), 4:22 to play in the first half. Girard Trojans on top of the Frontenac Raiders. Raiders a feisty team, though. They're not going to go quietly. Inbound to Troike, and Troike will bring it across and set the offense for the Trojans. Screen off. Here's Goff, and he's going to be a foul. Oh, you got to tee that kid up. Give him the tee. You can't act like that. You go running at an official. Peyton Brown. Not a, that was close. The official went for the whistle, and luckily.
Yeah, he shut up just in time.
Just in time. I'm talking milliseconds. One more word came out. It was over. And that would have been his fourth. Goff, free throw line. Knocks down the front side of the 1-and-1. It's a seventh team foul on the Raiders. Ethan trying to work his way out of a little bit of a funk, and he's done a pretty good job of it so far. He's got 8 points for the Trojans, including a 3-point bucket. Now 9 for Girard. 28-17. Trojans back in front by 11. They've led by as many as 12 in this game. Off left side, now to the right side, rather. Top of the key. Move over left side for Baldwin. Give to Wilbert. Baseline jumper on the way, good. He's left way too far open. Trojans again have just packed it down inside. And Raiders
just kind of lost him there.
They need to make some shots on the edge as well to try to loosen up the Trojan defense. Maybe that one for Wilbert will go that direction. Here's Troike going in. Oh, that was funky. As Evan Troike leaning, only part of him towards the basket was his right hand, and he put it up there. I think it was left hand, actually. Down inside, Pyle, blocked by Ferguson, out of bounds off the Raiders. That was an emphatic block. Good little exchange there for the Trojans. Just Troike's second field goal, but it was awesome. 30-19, back to an 11-point ball game. Worrell trying to shake off the defender. Give over to Muya. Here's Ferguson. He'll give way to Troike, and Evan will reset the offense here with 3:10 to play. Raiders trying to raise their intensity on defense just a little bit. On the right side here for Troike. Back out around midcourt for Goff. Trojans patient here in the half court. Screen by Ferguson. Goff was open. He'll set, fire, three on the way. Good! He was calling for the ball. And the Trojans add to their lead. Their largest lead of the ball game now is 14. 33-19.
And he's shooting it in rhythm tonight. That's great to see. Just catch it and shoot it. Don't think about it.
Dump off inside Ginnivan. They triple him. Kick outside. Here's a three on the way. That's good. They needed that. A 3-point bucket by Daniel Watts. 33-22. Dump off inside. Blocked.
Oh.
Up the floor they go. You can't get a foul now if you're Ethan. That happens so often. You shot block to try to do something, maybe too much with it. Come back and get called for that in violation. And so that'll be his second. Team foul number 8 on the Trojans. And it will send Blaine Baldwin to the free throw line to shoot 1 and 1. He's 1 out of 2 on the night from the stripe. He'll knock down the first one.
It's a real important 2 minutes here for both teams.
33-23, 2:22 to play in the opening half. The Girard Trojans have led throughout the duration on this one. Baldwin knocks down both of them. He's made his last 3. That 3-point bucket by Daniel Watts could prove to be huge because the Trojans had all the momentum. Trojans need to steal a little bit more back. Mulia with it on the corner. Ferguson. Brett needs help. Here's Worrell on the right wing. Showing good offensive ball movement. Movement without the ball, rather. Here's a rebound by Ferguson. Goes low. He'll go up with a hook shot. Good.
Nice.
What a good take by Brett Ferguson. Brett's got 6 points here for the Trojans. Trojans getting some contribution from about everybody in that starting group. In fact, Ryder, the lone starter, yet to score. Wilbert trying to wrap to get him, and he'll face. Now he'll step, try to get contact. Gathered up by Ferguson. Knew he said he got himself into a situation, and here's Muya up, and he is fouled, and Caleb going to go to the free throw line to shoot too. Raiders more vocal towards the officials as players than I've seen. And
yeah, well, you know, refs are letting them do it.
It's probably going to go over only for so long, I suspect. Caleb at the free throw line to shoot.
Apparently can go the entire first half.
Shoot 2, first one's up and good. 2 for 3 from the free throw line in this first half. Caleb, a couple of 3-point buckets in this first half as well, as he's got 14 points for the Trojans. Trying to make it 15, and he does. Rattles it in. 37-24. 13-point lead for the Trojans. Minute 23 to play in the first half. Gunneman on the left wing. Wraparound down inside. And Ferguson isn't being called. It should be on the floor. They're not going to say. They're going to say and one. Way before he took the shot. But they call it good. Pyle will go to the free throw line.
It's sometimes hard not to bite on that pump fake.
Yep. He gets the and one. 37-27. Back to a 10-point contest. Minute 19 first half. Girard National Bank halftime show coming your way in just a little bit. We'll have your halftime stats and Kenara Eye Care Eye on the game. All that and more coming up in a minute 15 of game time. Worrell on the right side. Trying to shake and bake. Dish off Muya. Caleb, step back. They gave him that 3 again. He didn't take it this time. On the left side for Goff. Let's get past to Troike. Under a minute to play now here in this first half. Ryder will attack. Pull up. Elevate. Jumper. Good. Ryder's in the scorebook. All 5 starters have contributed offensively now. 39-27. Maybe one of the most full team efforts I've seen, certainly on the offensive end of the floor for the Trojans. Got to keep it going on defense. Hayden Pyle gets it to go. 39-29. 34 seconds. See if the Trojans maybe work for the final shot of this stanza. Muya outside, 25 seconds. Now they will call on the play to work for the final shot of the half. Muya, 16 seconds, 15. 10. 9 seconds. Caleb, move over. 5.
Raise up and take that.
What in the world?
You got Ryder Worrell with a push under the basket.
Oh, tough break there for the Trojans.
About a mile away from the ball.
They didn't call a foul, I don't think. I think it was a 3-second violation.
Yep. I knew it was Worrell under the basket.
Wilbert, boy, he got himself in a good position to take a good look at it. Just off the back iron, no good. And that's the way we'll end this opening half. It's been a pretty good one. Trojans right now lead it by 10. They led by as many as 14 at one point in that first half. And right now they lead by 10. Talk about it next on the Girard National Bank Halftime Show. Girard National Bank has been committed to providing their customers with the highest quality financial services in a friendly and personal way. Personal, business, or agricultural needs, turn to Girard National Bank. 39-29, Trojans lead by 10. We'll talk about it next on the Girard National Bank Halftime Show on Girard Sports Live.
Girard National Bank brings you community banking at its best. Family owned and operated for over 80 years, Girard National Bank is committed to providing their customers with the highest quality financial services in a friendly and personal way. Whether you require personal, business, or agricultural services, Girard National Bank is big enough to handle all of your banking needs, yet small enough to provide you with that personal touch you've grown to expect from a community bank. Girard National Bank is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Learn more at gn-bank.com. If you are in the market to buy or sell a house, land, or commercial space, look no further than Lehman Realty. Locally owned and operated, Jason Lehman and his staff are ready to meet the needs of every client. When it comes to your listing, you can trust that Lehman Realty will take the time to get to know you and your property. Lehman Realty is a proud supporter of Girard Trojan Athletics. Learn more at www.lehmanrealty.net or call Jason at 620-724-8020.
For over 80 years, Evans Motors has provided some of the best handshakes in the four-state area. No matter what type of handshake a situation calls for, Evans Motors will guide the hand into its proper position with the correct amount of pressure. Risky handshakes, classic handshakes, or something in between, Nate and Eddie have an arsenal of shakes, roughly umpteen. So the next time you want an optimal handshake, come to Evans Motors in Pittsburgh.
Farm Bureau is proud to support Girard High School student athletes. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, their #1 goal is to make insurance simple. Agents Judd Sasho, Lori Johnson, and Lisa Sasho take pride in educating their clients and members so they are able to make the best decisions. There's a lot of information out there, and at Farm Bureau, they can explain it in a way that relates to you so you can apply it to your life, family, farm, and future. To learn more, contact Judd, Lori, or Lisa at 620-724-4213. Go Trojans!
G&W Foods is the one-stop shop for everything you need to feed the family. With a great selection of quality, fresh, and delicious foods, you're sure to find something to satisfy every appetite. With friendly and knowledgeable staff, the folks at G&W Foods can help you find what you need so you can get in, get out, and on your way with your day. Plus, don't forget G&W Foods for the great daily lunch specials. Open 7 days a week. Check out their weekly Facebook-only specials. The G&W Foods family super wishes the Girard Trojans the best of luck.
Farm Bureau is proud to support Girard High School student athletes. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, their #1 goal is to make insurance simple. Agents Judd Sasho, Lori Johnson, and Lisa Sasho take pride in educating their clients and members so they are able to make the best decisions. There's a lot of information out there, and at Farm Bureau, they can explain it in a way that relates to you so you can apply it to your life, family, farm, and future. To learn more, contact Judd, Lori, or Lisa at 620-724-4213. Go Trojans!
This is Girard Sports Live.
Let you hear a little bit of the Girard Trojan drum line here on
like
the
you
Girard
could
National
avoid
Bank
it.
Halftime Show.
Catchy.
Well, Josh, that's something.
It sure is something, isn't it?
Welcome back to the Girard National Bank Halftime Show here on Girard Sports Live. Drumline getting the student section all fired up and giving some business to the local ear, nose, and throat specialist to get some pediatric hearing aids here inside the gymnasium. It's good for those guys to be able to come out and do that. Halftime show again brought to you by Girard National Bank. Let's take a look at your Eye on the Game, brought to you by Kenara Eye Care. Thanks to the support from their community, Kenara Eye Care has nearly doubled their space and extended their hours with locations in both Pittsburgh and Girard. Kenara Eye Care is the clear choice. Call 620-235-1737. And Trojans took the lead from the outset, have not relinquished that throughout this entire ballgame, although the Raiders have kept it tight at times. Trojans jumped out to an early 5-0 lead, led 10-2 at one point in the first quarter, but the Raiders trimmed that back down a little bit. A 5-point game at the end of one, 17-12. Into the second quarter, Trojans stormed out in the second quarter like wildfire. They grew to a lead of 12, 24-12. Raiders again trimmed that back down a little bit, but then the Trojans took their largest lead, 33-19. They were up by 14 points at that point, but the Trojans still just can't quite shake the Raiders. They've got some size down inside they're taking advantage of, and right now it's a 10-point contest, 39-29. That's your Kenara Eye Care Eye on the Game. Take a look at your halftime stats, brought to you by Exchange State Bank, one of the oldest banks in Southeast Kansas. Exchange State Bank is proud to be locally owned and operated, providing quality customer service, online banking, bill pay, mobile banking, and more. At Exchange State Bank, you're not just dealing with bank employees, you're banking with your friends. Learn more at esbks.com. The Trojans and the Raiders, 39-29, your halftime score for the Raiders. One guy in double figures. Brock Ginneman, just 10 points. Feels like he's got 30.
Yeah.
He's got 10 points in the first half. He went to 4 out of 6 from the free throw line in that first half as well. 9 points from Hayden Pyle, 6 points from Jake Wilbert, 3 from Blaine Baldwin, and 3 from Daniel Watts. That 3 from Daniel Watts, I'm telling you,
That was a big shot.
was a big shot because it kind of stopped that run. It was at the point when the Trojans led by 14. He knocked down a 3 and
But you can't
pulled it
give
back
your
to within
kid
11.
of the game to the other team. So,
Nope, cannot do that.
No.
Cannot do that. 15 points from Caleb Booyah. It's a good team effort, I think, on the Trojan side. All 5 starters have scored on the offensive end. Got a good couple of minutes from Zane Henderson as well off the bench. Carter Doherty struggling a little bit and has 3 fouls in this first half. But 15 points from Caleb, 12 points from Ethan Goff, 6 points from Brett Ferguson. Good minutes from him. 4 from Evan Troike, and 2 from Ryder Whirl. Here at halftime, the only guy in foul trouble for the Trojans was Carter with 3. Ethan Goff has 2. Your halftime stats brought to you by Exchange State Bank. We'll step away, taking another quick break. We'll come back here and get you ready for second half action. By the way, Lady Trojans victorious earlier tonight. Lady Trojans won 62-50 as they move to 9-4 on the season, 2-0 in the CNC as they beat the Raiders 62-50. Talk about this second half. Get you ready for second half action. Coming up next, right here on the Girard National Bank Halftime Show on Girard Sports Live.
Thanks to your support, Kenara Eye Care has expanded. With double the space, they offer more exam rooms, larger optical selection, and extended hours to fit your schedule. And with the latest technology, they can quickly diagnose any eye-related issues. All patients are welcome at Kenara Eye Care, the clear choice for your family's vision.
Chicken Annie's Girard is a proud supporter of Trojan Athletics. Chicken Annie's of Girard serves up the area's best fried chicken and a whole lot more. Check out their weekly specials like chicken and noodles on Wednesdays, Thursday nights kids nights, and Friday boneless wings. Oh, and don't forget about those delicious homemade pies. Stop in or enjoy their mouth-watering favorites at home with carry-out and catering available. Chicken Annie's Girard, continuing a Southeast Kansas tradition. Learn more at chickenanniesgirard.com or call 620-724-4090.
The Producers Co-op Farm Store is committed to making your life easier by supplying you with the things you need for your farm and home. As always, the Producers Co-op Farm Store has a great selection of farm and ranch supplies, including pet supplies, ranch and corral building supplies and equipment, automatic waterers and feed bunks, tack, dog food, pet and animal health supplies, workwear, boots, and much, much more. Come in and check out the great deals on lots of new merchandise as well. Proudly serving Girard and the surrounding area, and proud to support the Girard Trojans.
This is Girard Sports Live.
Here we go, second half action from Girard Ted Taylor Gymnasium, 39-29. We've got a ball game on our hands here tonight. I think this will be, continue to be tight down the stretch in this one as the Trojans and the Raiders battle it out here in the CNC. Again, Raiders coming in at 5-9, but I said in the open, and Coach mentioned it as well in our pregame interview, not a great example of their talent on this team and their record. They've played some pretty good competition. They played Labette County. They played Coffeyville. They've played in that Army National Guard tournament that they host against Pacific and Webb City. They played Galena already. They played Carl Junction and Carthage. I mean, they've played some tough teams, and so 5-9, a pretty good 5-9 team, and we're seeing it here tonight. But the Trojans have had the better of them so far. Trojans need to keep that energy up. Here we go into the second half. On the right side, controlled by Daniel Watts. High post Ginnivan. Again, only 10 points in that first half. Thought he had more. Trojans have done a decent job here of late. In that second quarter, he was limited to just 3 points. Troike down inside. He'll pull it up. Shot no good. Brett Ferguson again with a rebound. Brett, who's had a really good
and then he throws it away.
minutes, but then Ginnivan lost it out of bounds. Just couldn't quite get out of there with it. Does Ginnivan, and he'll get pulled off the deck by his teammate Wilbert, and it'll go back to the Trojans. Ferguson, again, that length inside, he can't coach that. Just go up those with those long arms and pull that thing down. Outside around midcourt, Muya going to set the offense here. First offensive possession. Second, really, for the Trojans. There's Muya, left wing. And showing his Goff. He'll drive, kick outside. Brett got a catch. Wrap around. Good dish by Ferguson. Shut up, no good, but a foul. And Evan Troike will shoot too. A good assist again by Brett Ferguson. And I will tell you this. When the Trojans, if you go back and look at the games, when they have won, it's because Ethan Goff played at his full potential and Brett Ferguson played at his full potential. You're going to get, you know what you're going to get from Caleb. You know what you're going to get from Evan. Throw in Ryder, that makes a nice benefit. When those guys play and the rest of the guys contribute, you got a darn good chance of winning some games. And that's a team that can go on and keep playing at sub-state level and maybe make a chance to get out to Emporia. Evan Troike makes both free throws. He's got 6. Trojans lead 41-29. Up by 13. They've led by 12. They've led by as many as 14. Catch on the left side. Wilbert. Worrell. Maybe jumping too early on that one. Good take by Jared Pyle. Hayden Pyle, rather. Jared's his dad. Hayden gets it to go.
Well, it looks like his dad did a good job, too.
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah.
On the left side for Caleb. Back to a 10-point contest, 41-31. And
carry.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah. This is an odd time to start calling carries.
Turnover by the Trojans. Back to the Raiders it goes. 6:39 to go, third quarter. 41-31. Old serve here if you're the Trojans. Watt, he'll elevate. Partially blocked by Troike. Goes up. Evan comes away with it. And a foul going to be called on the Raiders. See who they got on that. They're going to get Watts for it. His second team foul, number 2 on the Raiders. 6:26 to play in the third quarter. Troike going to bring it up over in front of the Trojan student section. Going to give off to Goff down the right wing for Ferguson. Muya to Worrell to Goff. Top of the key for Troike. Here's Muya facing against Ginnivan. Fun matchup that's been today. Worrell, Troike, and they anticipate the pass. Guy, you can't get lackadaisical. Oh, that was touched out of bounds. I don't know if they got it. Goff maybe hit him as he was out of bounds, but boy, good hustle by Ethan. Keep playing defense. Get down there. Ethan had 2 fouls. That would have been a costly one perhaps, but Trojans get a little bit of a break perhaps there as well.
Trojans get in trouble when they stand around and pass the ball. They're not moving without the ball.
Yep.
Make it real easy to defend when you do that.
Yep, got to go to the pass. Ferguson getting back down on Ginnivan. He just throws up a prayer. Somehow gets his own rebound. Oh, Ferguson blocked it, but it's going to be a foul.
He got the over the back on the second attempt.
And, you know, with Ferguson down inside, they're having a battle against Ginnivan. It's just his second personal foul. It's going to send Ginnivan back to the free throw line to shoot, too. He's 4 out of 6 on the night from the stripe, but lost his last 2.
You can tell that Coach Barcelona's theory here in the second half has been get the ball down low.
Yep. Ginnivan knocks down the first and pulls the Raiders back to within a single digits. .549 in this third quarter, and Ginnivan knocks down both free throws. Brock Ginnivan, pretty special player, all-state football player. Likely to be an all-state baseball player, a kid that's going to have decisions to make on what he wants to do in his college career because he's good at a lot of different sports. Can't imagine that situation. Off left side. Kansas Shrine Bowl selection also, by the way.
Oh, yeah?
Top of the keeper, Wilbert. Off left side. Battling way down inside. The good defense. Ferguson's there again and a foul. No, they're going to jump ball.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I say Coach Westcott doesn't like that one, to put it mildly.
Jump ball. Luckily, it's in favor of the Trojans. If it wasn't, it might have been even more emphatic. Caleb has yet to score in this second half. Trojans have yet to score a field goal in this third quarter. Muya. And a timeout going to be taken by Coach Westcott. He was thinking the same thing. Got to get some offense going. 3 minutes into this second half. Trojans yet to get one to go through the hole in play. 41-33, a timeout on the floor. It's a 30. We'll take it. We're back in 30 seconds. You're watching Trojan basketball on Girard Sports.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Stop in soon to pick up your very own Girard Trojan Instant Issue Mascot Debit Card. While you're there, be sure to ask about their e-Power checking, mobile banking, and bill pay, and new Guardian Secure Checking. Learn more online at mybankcnb.com. Community National Bank and Trust, member FDIC, and a proud supporter of Girard Schools. Go Trojans!
This is Girard Sports Live.
(41-33), Girard Trojans on top by 8 here. And again, they have yet to score a field goal. The Raiders, for their point, only have one field goal as well. So this is a pretty low-scoring third quarter so far in the first 3 minutes of it or so. And exactly 3 minutes right now. We'll hand off to Goff. Goff will set the offense here for the Trojans. He'll put it on the deck. Kick over to Troike. They haven't nearly double dribbled. Wilbert tried to call him out on it. Here's Worrell. Kick outside for Muya. Caleb, 2 first half 3-point buckets. Now he'll get up in the lane, elevate, and put it in. Drop in a little. Floater. 43-32. 43-33, rather. There's a steal by the Trojans. Up in front for Muya. Caleb throws it down as Wilbert coming down hard on that one. And here comes the technical. Right here. Wilbert talking a lot of trash coming off that one, and he probably just got his last warning. They have walked to the line twice. Both Peyton Brown and Jake Wilbert, 2 very good athletes, have walked up to that technical line twice and looked over it and haven't walked past it. 44-33, and Muya made them both. A couple of good free throws. Caleb's made his last 5. 45-33. Trojans in front by 12. They've led by as many as 14. Wilbert with it. He'll hand off and give it up for Brown. Gets up his dribble way out high. He needs help now. He'll give it off on the left wing for Cooper Cleland. Here's Wilbert. Back to Cleland. Back around. Wilbert. 4 minutes halfway through this third quarter. Trojans collapse. And a foul on the floor. Be on the floor, that's right. He hit him kind of in the head. But as soon as he caught it, Pyle. And so Caleb going to pick up his second personal foul. Well, inbound deep, Will Brown off to Wilbert, showing Pyle. He'll go, and Carter's going to pick up his fourth foul.
What was he trying to do? Wrap him up there? I don't. Keep your hands up.
He would have had opportunities to do that during football season.
He's frustrated now. He needs to get his head back on.
I'd make that 5th one count if I was Carter. On the right side, dump off inside. I'd make it count right here. Get him and kick outside. Here's a 3 on the way. No good. Rebound. Troike just gets destroyed. He's on the floor, and they're letting him fight. Now going to call jump ball.
Wow. Got pretty much mugged on that one.
Little physicality down inside. Evan. A touch of Hepler in him, so you got to be careful. Don't want to flip that switch. Off right side for Brown, elevated. Wilbert, a long three, up and good. Yep, don't let him get hot either. He's got the attitude he can take over a game. I've seen him do it. 3-point bucket's a big one, 45-36. The time not going to be taken by we're going to keep it right here, the Trojans on top by 9. Again, they've had pretty well control of this game, Josh, throughout most of it, but
doesn't feel like it.
Doesn't feel like it is. You just have a hard time shaking this tenacious Frontenac team. And
there's a lot of time left, too.
Wilbert knocks down the field goal, and he has not had a ton of offense. He's 6 points in the first half. That's his 9th point. Don't forget, back in action on Friday again, homecoming here at Ted R. Taylor Gymnasium as we welcome in the Titans of Columbus. And then we go on a little bit of a road stretch. Trojans will be at Southeast. That's not a bad trip. At Independence and at Galena. And then back here on February 16th for senior night, and that's it. So this is homecoming will be the next to last home game for the Trojans here in basketball season. Cannot believe it.
At Independence. That's a bad road trip.
Independence.
Yeah.
I think I've got a thing that night.
Yeah, me too.
It's a fun place to go to. And we'll have it for you here on Girard Sports Line. On the left wing for Muya. Trojans need to just maintain here and keep attacking. Evan going to drive on Wilbert, spinning. Probably got away with a walk, but he's going to drop it in. Again, he can make his own shot, and he shook off Wilbert. Good defense, better offense. Wilbert, top of the key. They'll get a hand in his face out top. Outside, Goff, dump off inside, turnaround pile, up no good. Knocked around, loose ball. Brett Ferguson comes away with it, and stolen wide away.
Oh.
Ferguson come back out with it. I'll have to see that again. Where's I'll have to see that interchange down on the floor again because it was in Ferguson's hand, then it was in Ginneman's hand, then went right back to Ferguson, then he threw out the outlet pass, and Ethan Goff took it. It's foul number 4.
Oh, man.
And Wilbert picks up his 4th personal foul. Probably should have had his 5th. Goff knocks down the first one. Ethan with 13 fouls. 13 fouls, 13 points. That sounds
like in his career?
That sounds like a stat line I would have. 13 fouls, 0 points. And Goff knocked them out. Trojans shooting very good from the charity stripe here in this ball game as well. 49-36. Lady Trojans went 19 of 27 from the stripe. Trojan Ben trying to outpace them, outdo them. 2:34 to play third quarter. Trojans trying to build on this lead. 13-point lead right now. Ginneman, quick to the rim, no good. Muya in there, knock around, loose ball in the floor. Now foul to be called on Ferguson. Foul going to be called on Ferguson, I think. His 3rd. Team foul number 4 on the Trojans, and get him at the free throw line to shoot 2. First one's off the back iron, no good. .226 to play in this third quarter. Trojans lead at 49-36. Here comes the second one. Ginneman missed them both. Long rebound on the miss, nearly threw it away. Raiders getting another crack at it here. Watts on the right side. High post Ginneman, and he walked with it.
Man, they cannot buy a technical tonight, can they? They've always got something to say to the ref.
Thick skin on these stripes.
Yeah.
Stripes.
Or maybe hard of hearing after that drum line. Not for sure.
They were in the locker room. Muya with it on the right way.
I don't think that matters.
Maybe had closed caption going on in there.
It could have been across the street.
Evan, dish, whirl, set, fire, 3. No good. Tracked down by Ginneman. Set up there and take that charge if you're Ethan Goff. A good job changing direction there by Brock Ginneman to get that one to go. He's got 14. 49-38. Here's Troike. He gets hit from behind, and foul going to be called on Watts. It'll be his 3rd. Team foul number 5 on the Raiders. You know, we give them a hard time. I think we both know who we're talking about. You'd have to get pretty high up. There would have to be, it'd have to be a pretty good check for me to do this job, to go down there and officiate a ball game. I couldn't do it. One, physically, I'm not going to run up and down the floor. I think we all know that. Secondly, that's not fun.
Oh, it's a thankless job.
I could not imagine having to do that. Troike trying to attack. On the right wing, he'll drive, pull up, blocked, and rebound by Ginneman, and a foul.
Evan just trying to do a little too much on his own right there. That's the first time it hasn't worked, though, to its credit.
Yep. Foul picks up, Evan picks up his second personal foul. Team foul number 5 on the Trojans. 49-38. Minute 25 to go, third quarter. Wrap around down inside on Pyle. Drops his shoulder on Henderson. Up and good. Got a little mismatch there. He's got 13 points. And the Raiders are back to within single digits again. 49-40. Need a bucket. Muyo with it on the right wing. They've kept Caleb pretty quiet in this third quarter. 15 first half points, just 4 in the third quarter here. Still got 19 for the ball game. Whirl. Henderson, catch. Zane can hit that 3. Here's Muyo on the baseline. Now he'll attack. Gets past. Gets some contact. Good. And the foul. And he'll go to the free throw line for the and one. Foul's going to be called, I think, on Pyle. Oh. Ooh.
What?
He made that. And Westcott just walked up to the line and looked over it as well. They ended up calling that charge on Muya.
Are you kidding me? I thought they said the shot was good.
He made that call as he was coming to the bench. And made a change of decision, I think, as he was walking over here.
Yeah, well, if you're not sure about it, then chances are it's a bad call.
That's a tough break against the Trojans.
Jeez. I don't know. He's already wearing glasses, so.
Secret weapon, who's more than abreast of hammering the official sitting down here in Pitt State gear, Eddie Longshag. He's known to have been hard on the stripes in his career, and he confirmed that was not a charge.
No. Not in any basketball game I've ever seen, but, you know.
Jack Beckman went to the free throw line, knocked down both free throws, and all of a sudden this thing's as close as it's been in a long time. 49-42, 6-point ball game. It was 6 points at the end of the first quarter. Nope, 5 points into the first quarter. Trojans led by 10 at halftime. They built a lead up in this second half, and right now they need a bucket desperately. It was a low-scoring affair early. Coach imploring his bench to get into the game as well. 13 seconds here to close out this third quarter. Give off to Troike. Goff will drive, up and around, shot up no good. Muya there, and loose ball picked up, and oh my goodness.
No! Oh no! Are they gonna? They're gonna call that. Are they gonna call that a shooting foul?
1 and 1.
Oh, okay.
I've lost control.
Oh my God!
It's 1 and 1 on the floor. Blaine Baldwin lobbying for.
Oh my goodness, dude!
Lobbying for a shoot 3. I think if you're the Raiders, you're playing with house money because I don't know if probably should have been a foul called there at all. Coach Barcelona, what do you think he was doing?
A lot of times when they give him the 3 free throws, they miss 2 of them anyway, you know.
Yeah,
so
the
1 and 1, you might just be better off.
Baldwin to shoot the 1 and 1, and tensions are going to run high here in this fourth quarter. As Baldwin chance to pull them within 4, he can't do it. And here's Muya. He put this one way up there, and that's the end of the third quarter. Stay tuned. Trojans holding on to a 6-point lead, 49-33. We're back with the final quarter. And after this, you're watching Trojan basketball on Girard Sports Live.
Crocan Telephone Cooperative has been serving Girard in southeast Kansas for 65 years. In 1952, we helped our members connect with each other using telephone lines. Today, we connect our members with the entire world using fiber optics. While the technology has changed, our commitment to deliver it to our members has not. Good luck, Trojans, from your friends at Crawcan. Check us out on the web at ckt.net.
I'm doing this, man, because we're going to get behind the curtain.
A little in-between action here from Ted R. Taylor Gymnasium. 5-piece band.
Ladies and gentlemen,
time.
Behind the curtain.
Little sweet child of mine. Sounds like they need to go find a...
These kids need an agent, BJ.
They need a vocalist. They need somebody to come in there and sing this licks.
They need an Axel.
Yep. They've got a fan base.
Now here goes the curtain. Yeah.
That's a lot of work to set all that up for half of a song.
Hey, man.
It's hard getting started out.
Yeah.
There we go, fourth quarter. This is Danny. This thing has been kind of allowed to get out of control at times, and that is going to be the detriment of somebody. We'll see who ends up getting it, as the energy is high and so are the tensions. Trojans with the basketballs begin this fourth quarter. Troy keep wrap around. Ferguson's wide open. Evan drew the attention to him, and Ferguson gets it to go. He's got 8, and the Trojans back in front by 8, 51-43. On the left side, open is Baldwin to Ginnivan. Trojans, there's 5 guys who all are focused on 22. There's a 3, good. They're going to say a foul before the shot.
Foul before the shot. Get ready for this place behind us to erupt.
They're going to say the basket's good. Basket's good. And it's going to be foul on Ginnivan. You're right. If they pulled that off there, you're right. This place, people would have been. Our camera up there on the rail would have been lost. People would have been coming over the top of it. That was Jack Beckwood who's come in. He knocked down a couple of free throws and knocked down that 3-point bucket there. 6-foot sophomore.
Yeah, a 5-point game here.
Yep, 51-46. 7.5 to play. Trojans have led by as many as 14, and they've never trailed in this contest. They were in a tight one the other night when they had some lead down and let things slip away. Can they avoid that here tonight? Oral with it. Ferguson, Muya. Caleb had a couple of first-half threes. Him and
hasn't even attempted one here in the second half.
Him and Ginnivan going head-to-head here in this one. Brock come pick him up. They get him out there on Brock. He's got the step on him, I think, even though he's athletic.
Off the dribble.
Long possession here for the Trojans. 7 to go. Trojan student section starting to get into it a little bit. Energy finally starting to get cranked up here inside Ted R. Taylor Gymnasium. For my money, the best venue we go to every week. There's a foul on Baldwin. And that'll send Ryder to the free throw line to shoot 1-and-1. Ryder will be at the stripe. On the season, Worrell, 67% free throw shooter, 12 of 18. Coming into this contest. First one's on the way, and good. Excuse me. Ryder just 2 points before that one. He 3 in the ball game, but a couple of big ones here. Trojans got to hit your free throws. They've done that here tonight. Here comes the second one from Worrell. Up, down. Couple of good buckets there, 53-46. 6:45 to play in this ball game. CNC action. Wilbert, 4 fouls. Ball knocked away out of the bounds by Troike. It'll stay with the Trojans.
Good denial of the entry pass. It's weird that Ferguson's out defending on the perimeter and Troike's down low, but
Brown to inbound from underneath his own basket. He'll scoop it up, and foul going to be called. We'll see who they get. And it'll be 1-and-1. Ginnivan will go to the free throw line. I think they're going to get Troike for it. And it's his third.
The things that are fouls and the things that are not. Yeah.
Sounds like the title of your memoir.
Yeah. Or what's the matter? Well, never mind.
Well, I had an explanation to my daughter yesterday about what a memoir was.
Yeah.
Is it? And this is what I came up with.
She's working on hers now, I bet.
We'll see if Ginnivan knocks down this one and allows me to continue. He does. A memoir is like a biography, but the things that I did, and here's what I learned, and here's what you can learn from it.
Right.
But a biography is just a biography.
Right. There don't have to be any lessons learned in a biography.
Exactly. Then I certainly will not ever have a memoir.
Yeah, that's right.
Actually, you can learn more in defeat, so maybe that's Ginnivan made the first one and the second. He's been very good from the free throw line. 53-48.
The only thing I ever learned from defeat is that it's not fun.
Back to a 5-point ball game here. Ferguson trying to hand off to Muya, and Muya trying to shake off Ginnivan. Trojans running that motion on the right corner. Here's Ferguson. Back outside, Brett. Trojans got into this situation the other night and turned over the basketball. Here's Goff. Shot no good. Crashing the boards. Wilbert comes out of there with it. Empty frame in a 5-point ball game. Can't have it.
Got to give it to Muya and let him take Ginnivan off the dribble.
Yep.
Force him to defend the dribble.
Brock's got it on the right side. Here's Wilbert. 2 open. 3 on the way. No good. And rebound Ginnivan. Loose ball. Ferguson fighting for it. Still fighting for it. Ginnivan's underneath. Carter Doherty. What a good defensive effort by Doherty. Here's Goff on the right wing. He stops and lets him run by him. Heady play there from the senior Ethan Goff and the Trojans. Get a bucket. Coach Westcott wants to think about it here. 55-48. It's a 1-minute timeout. We'll take our break and catch our breath. We're back in 30 seconds. You're watching Trojan Basketball on Girard Sports Live.
G&W Foods is the one-stop shop for everything you need to feed the family. With a great selection of quality, fresh, and delicious foods, you're sure to find something to satisfy every appetite. With friendly and knowledgeable staff, the folks at G&W Foods can help you find what you need so you can get in, get out, and on your way with your day. Plus, don't forget G&W Foods for the great daily lunch specials. Open 7 days a week. Check out their weekly Facebook-only specials. The G&W Foods family super wishes the Girard Trojans the best of luck.
Chicken Annie's Girard is a proud supporter of Trojan Athletics. Chicken Annie's of Girard serves up the area's best fried chicken and a whole lot more. Check out their weekly specials like chicken and noodles on Wednesdays, Thursday nights kids nights, and Friday boneless wings. Oh, and don't forget about those delicious homemade pies. Stop in or enjoy their mouth-watering favorites at home with carry-out and catering available. Chicken Annie's Girard, continuing a Southeast Kansas tradition. Learn more at chickenanniesgirard.com or call 620-724-4090.
This is Girard Sports Live.
.55-48, Girard Trojans on top here by 7. 5:33 and counting in this fourth quarter. Raiders giving a go of it to the Trojans. Get him in high post, outside. Watts, 3 on the way, good. He's got 2 field goals, and they're both threes, and they're both daggers. I mean, they have both been crucial threes for the Raiders to keep a chance in this one. 4-point game. 5:12 to play. Trojans need a bucket. Here's Ferguson. Back over to Whirl on the right wing. Got to maintain serve here on the corner for Goff. Here's Ferguson. And Brett will hold here.
Got to dribble, do something, man.
We'll give way to Muya. I think you're right here. You want Caleb to try to pick him up on the dribble.
Take him off the dribble.
There's a couple layers of defense there to pick him up. And he'll drive. There it is. Pull up and around. Good. No, we can't get it to go, but they call a foul. I'm not sure if there really was a foul there, but see who they got on pile on that, maybe.
Well, at least they ain't called charge.
It's third. And Caleb going to go to the free throw line to shoot, too. Caleb on the night from the stripe, 5 of 6 from the charity line. And he knocks down the first one. .4:43 to play in this one. Typical CNC Frontenac Raider, Girard Trojan competition.
Yep.
It doesn't matter if
throw
you're
the
playing
record out the window.
Basketball, football, tiddlywinks, it doesn't matter. It's going to be like this when these 2 teams, these 2 schools get together. Muya missed the second. Here come the Raiders. Peyton Brown with it on the left wing. Back to Wilbur. Wrap around high post for Pyle. He'll face. Pull up, try to go over the top of the Trojans. He'll get it to go.
Like wide open in the middle of the lane.
He's got 15 for the Raiders. He'll try to put some pressure on the backcourt. Worrell with it. Back to a three-point contest. It's a one-possession game. It has not been this close for a long time.
Yeah, since the first minute of the game.
You're right. That's exactly right. It has not been closer than this since the Trojans led 4-0. Booyah in the paint. Good. And make the call. That's what happened last time.
Yeah.
They didn't make the call, and then
what is this?
Foul. They're not going to call it. I don't think they called it on him.
He would call it on him. He ran down the court like an idiot, and no technical.
Called it on Watts, his fourth. I don't know how.
I don't know how you don't get a technical for that.
I don't know. Caleb Muya, if anything, it kind of delayed things a little bit.
They didn't even call a foul on him.
Muya missed it. He's missed his last two. Caleb's got to knock down this free throw right here. Keep it a two-possession game.
Yeah.
And he does.
Got it.
57-53.
I mean,
4-point game.
I've never seen that.
3:50 to play in this one. On the right side, Wilbert with it. Look, give off Brown. Left side, Watts. He just knocked down a three. Stolen away by Muya. Caleb with the steal. Caleb against Brown. He'll go over. Throw it down! Oh! Posterizing the Raiders. Caleb Muya throws down the two-hand jam, and the Trojans are up. Back in front by 6. 59-53. Popcorn on the floor across the way. Too much excitement here inside Ted R. Taylor Gymnasium. The moment and the way in which he did it was phenomenal. I should probably mark it down.
Yeah.
Any question of our hitter of the game? Brought to you by Bradshaw Collision Repair. If a deer or anything else hits your car like Caleb Muya just hit that shot, you may want to total it, but if you can get it fixed, go to Bradshaw Collision Repair. They'll be the ones that can. Bob Bradshaw offers refinishing, paintless dent repair, glass replacement, and more. Let Bradshaw Collision Repair get you back in the game. Call 620-724-7300. The Popcorn gets a warning to the student section that they get in trouble.
The student section's going to get
another rebound by Muya. Caleb going to dribble out here. Now he needs help. We go over to Ferguson. Ooh, Evan was showing down inside. He goes prancing down in the paint. 59-53, 3:06 to play. There's 3 minutes left in this game. You feel like there's 3 seconds. Trojans holding on to it. Troike facing up on Ginnivan. He's got a match there. He'll step, kick back outside for Caleb, and he'll hold. Caleb facing against Wilbert. 2:46 to play. Up to Troike. He's got to track that one down. Now the Trojans have some numbers. Evan will go into paint, slip around. Muya up off the glass and good. That extra pass by Evan Troike and his vision. And there's a timeout by Coach Barcelona. 61-53. The Trojans hold off the run and now have the momentum fully in their favor. Timeout will take it. We're back in 30 seconds. You're watching Trojan basketball on Girard Sports Live.
Ag Choice of Hepler is a proud supporter of Girard Trojan Athletics. Of course, Ag Choice has all the products you need to keep your crops growing, like fertilizer, crop protection products, and seed. But Ag Choice is also the first stop for keeping your livestock operation going, with a great selection of farm supplies, equipment, and quality feeds. To find solutions to all of your agricultural needs, contact Joe Murphy of Ag Choice of Hepler at 620-368-4347. Ag Choice of Hepler is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans.
This is Girard Sports Live.
This was a 3-point ball game, 56-53. Trojans right now in the midst of a 5-0 run. It's a big 5-0 run here with 2:34 to play, leading at 61-53. Here at home, trying to move to 2-0 into CNC. Against the Frontenac Raiders. I said they were better than a 5-9 record. And I was right.
They are.
And again, Frontenac hosts the sub-state tournament. I was thrilled about that because it's close. But
maybe not so much after tonight, huh?
Yep, we'll see. If this thing happens like this inside that gymnasium, all bets are off. Trojan section, student section fully involved. Here's Wilbert. He'll put it down. They're going to call nothing. Up off inside. Ginnivan off the glass and good. Weird time to swallow the whistle. Ginnivan gets it to go. He's had a pretty good night. Caleb, fast, off the glass, good. He has just gone off the hook. 63-55. There's a steal. He's doing it on both ends of the floor. That way, yeah. He was telling Brock Ginnivan, he was saying it's off your foot, but he's pointing the wrong direction.
Yeah.
It's off your foot going back to the Trojans. Trojans get a break there. Ethan Goff to inbound. Raiders to put some pressure on here in the backcourt. Back to Ethan.
Dribble.
Under 2 minutes to play here in this one. Trojans up by 8. Troike. Off to Ferguson. Trojans have taken care of the basketball here down the stretch. They've also made their free throw. And this guy's also taking over this game. Caleb Muya working against Ginnivan. Kick back outside for Whirl. Off to Ferguson. Help comes over there for him. Goff. High post. Troike blows past. It was a foul. And a bucket. And good. On the take by Evan Troike. A hard foul by Watts. That'll be his 5th. Evan Troike's, again, not a lot of points offensively, I guess you could say, but he has been everywhere all the time. 8, 10 points in the contest, 10 big ones, right at his average scoring. But man, he's almost a double-double every night because he gets to the board so well. And he gets the and one. Does Troike and stretches this out to an 11-point ball game here with 1:16 to play. Finish strong. Off left side. Wilbert wants a 3, no good. And they're on cue. Troike out in front, Whirl. Ryder going to go ahead and lay it up with his left hand. Good. 68-55. Trojans are going to close it out here on what will always be recognized for me as the miracle that no technical fouls were called, although it's still early. And Brock Ginnivan's going to get called for an intentional foul. And I'll tell you this.
A technical.
I will tell you this. I think he was trying to keep from ripping him all the way to the ground, and so he grabbed a hold of him. If he would have just fouled him, he may not have been called for that. So it's going to be, in all this hostility this evening, that I think may have been a bad break for him.
Of all the technicals,
it was a foul nonetheless, and it's 50 seconds left, and now Ethan Goff with a chance to go. Coach Westcott pointing to his brain, telling his guys, don't get caught up in it.
Be smart. Yep.
Ethan's 5 of 5 from the charity stripe. 50 seconds to play in this one. This does have a little bit of a feel of the old school. You see, kids these days are so intertwined with social media stuff. They know each other. They talk to each other. They play summer ball together, whatever.
And
we never had that.
And they all got cars.
Cars, vehicles. We never had that.
No.
And
no, kids from the next town were strangers.
Now somebody's going to get escorted out of here. Talking to me. I think it's a parent got pointed at to come get the kid. Everybody's getting escorted out of here. I thought they pointed at me.
Yeah, you're out of here, buddy.
I've been doing nothing.
Hey, I'm ready for some Sonic, so whatever.
Now
kick me out.
Barcelona. Lomchek, get out of here. No, he's not. He's not getting kicked out of here. He's just trying to beat the traffic. See?
Yeah, it's a
very pragmatic approach to things. Coach Barcelona wants to take a timeout, and if nothing else, get his guys under their wraps. And 69-55, 14-point game right now. And
I think somebody just got a little too mouthy.
Yep, it's not the first time.
It happens to the best of us, you know.
We're going to keep it right here as we get through this timeout. But and I bet you right now at Coach Barcelona, this is what I would say. And obviously they've dug their own hole in this, but
we'll see these guys again.
Make sure we're in this position come, a month from now.
Yeah.
And when we're in our own gymnasium and maybe things go a little bit differently for us. But
yeah, we'll live to fight another day, that's for sure.
Not going to win a lot of sportsmanship awards, perhaps, but they are tenacious and aggressive and physical and all those other kinds of things. So Trojans are going to have the basketball, I believe. 69-55, 50 seconds to play in this contest. Ryder World inbound for the Trojans, where Caleb was showing. Here's Goff. Ryder. Good movement there. Troike going to be fouled by Pyle. And Pyle will pick up his 4th personal foul. It's going to be a big emotional lift, I think, for the Trojans to get this victory, too.
Yeah.
It had similar feelings to Fort Scott, where they had the lead a lot in the 4th quarter, and then, or a lot in that ball game, and then just in the 3rd quarter lost it and just kind of drained away. And you could feel things get tight. Again, this was a 3-point game, 56-53. And right now, the Trojans have outscored them 13-2 down the stretch of this game.
Man, that thing made about 5 trips around the rim before it fell through.
Troike makes it. He's 4 for 4 from the free throw line. But again, 70-55. Again, it was 56-53. The Trojans have outscored them 14-2 since that mark. And that was about halfway through this 4th quarter. And the Trojans are going to empty the bench. So do the Raiders. Carter Doherty going to check in. Trojans are going to call off the Dogs. 45-2, a 15-point game. This is the largest lead it has been. Trying to make it a 16-point game. Here is Evan Troike, and he does. Trojans have been phenomenal from the stripe in this ball game. Evan's a perfect 5 for 5. Ethan Goff 5 for 6. There's Jack Beckman, shot no good. Rebound pulled out of there by Bruning. Caleb Bruning going to bring it up the floor. Dribble through traffic. He'll throw it off for Lallemand, and he'll pull it back. No hold. On the right wing for Henderson. Up off inside. Back around. Move it through here. Back in action on Friday. The Trojans will welcome in the Columbus Titans. Our pregame coverage will start around 5:45. Tip off at 6 o'clock as we celebrate homecoming. And Trojans will have some momentum coming into that ball game. And hopefully Trojan student section get fired up again here. Trojans are going to win it 71-55. Your final score in this one, as they will move to 2-0 in CNC play. And the Trojans move to 9-4 on the season. A big victory here inside Ted R. Taylor Gymnasium. Final score again, 71-55. The Trojans will talk about it here on the Evans Motors postgame show. We'll hear from the head coach of the Girard Trojans, Rod Westcott. We'll get your final numbers and more. All here on the postgame show, brought to you by Evans Motors. They've been helping getting people on the road since 1935. Stop in by the lot just south of Pittsburgh. See Nate or Eddie for a test drive and let them find you the vehicle that is right for you, or check out their online showroom at evansmotors.net. Again, final score, Trojans win it. Trojans get the sweep tonight over the Raiders. 71-55 on the girls' side, 62-50 on the girls' side, 71-55 on the boys' side, and both teams remain unbeaten in the CNC. We'll talk about it next on the Evans Motors postgame show on Girard Sports Live.
For over 80 years, Evans Motors has provided some of the best handshakes in the four-state area. No matter what type of handshake a situation calls for, Evans Motors will guide the hand into its proper position with the correct amount of pressure. Risky handshakes, classic handshakes, or something in between, Nate and Eddie have an arsenal of shakes, roughly umpteen. So the next time you want an optimal handshake, come to Evans Motors in Pittsburgh.
Crawcan Telephone Cooperative has been serving Girard in southeast Kansas for 65 years. In 1952, we helped our members connect with each other using telephone lines. Today, we connect our members with the entire world using fiber optics. While the technology has changed, our commitment to deliver it to our members has not. Good luck, Trojans, from your friends at Crawcan. Check us out on the web at ckt.net.
For all your insurance and financial service needs, call your State Farm agent TJ Belcher in Girard today.
The Producers Co-op Farm Store is committed to making your life easier by supplying you with the things you need for your farm and home. As always, the Producers Co-op Farm Store has a great selection of farm and ranch supplies, including pet supplies, ranch and corral building supplies and equipment, automatic waterers and feed bunks, tack, dog food, pet and animal health supplies, workwear, boots, and much, much more. Come in and check out the great deals on lots of new merchandise as well. Proudly serving Girard and the surrounding area, and proud to support the Girard Trojans.
Peony Dental is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. Chris Peony DDS offers exceptional dentistry for all ages in a friendly atmosphere. In fact, Chris Peony has been caring for smiles since 1993. No wonder so many Trojan fans look so good. Peony Dental offers preventative care, Invisalign, whitening, bridges, crowns, and more. Stop by today and ask about the all-new CEREC dental system, offering same-day crowns, start to finish, right there in the office. To learn more, visit them at 106 South Ozark in Girard or go online to peonydental.com.
You built a castle so that the prince and princess can live happily ever after. You brought the sunshine to shine upon the whole family's future. But when the sun hides behind the clouds, State Farm can help. We put the life back in life insurance to protect your family's finances, not only in the future, but today.
Call your State Farm agent TJ Belcher in Girard today at 620-724-4558.
This is Girard Sports Live.
Back out here at Ted R. Taylor Gymnasium, a joyous crowd here taking in as they talk and discuss that exciting night of basketball. Girard Trojans, it ends up being a 16-point victory, 71-55, but the Trojans end up getting the win, but it was a much tighter game throughout most of it. In fact, as I mentioned earlier, it was 56-53, a three-point game, and the Trojans, down the stretch of that game, that had to be with about 4 minutes to play, because I think it said I think at 3 minutes it said it feels like it's 3 seconds left in the game.
Yeah.
And it was a three-point contest at that point.
Right.
But the Trojans, from that point on, the Trojans go on and outscore the Raiders 15-2 the final 3 minutes of that game to get the victory, 71-55. Here were the Frontenac Raiders. Again, the Trojans moved to 9-4 on the season, 2-0 in the CNC. Lady Trojans were victorious as well tonight, 62-50 over the Raiders. They have a similar record as they go to 9-4 and 2-0 in the CNC. Time to look at our final stats brought to you by Westridge Assisted Living, allowing seniors to remain active and enjoying their daily lives in a worry-free, stress-free environment. Stop by and see Kathy and Girard to learn more about what got our audio pulled out there. We'll try to get that going again, see if we can get the camera again. Just throw that graphic on there. You don't need to be the camera, I promise you. I promise you, you don't need it. Throw that graphic up. But the Trojans get the win here. Here's your books. Before I forget here, Coach, there's your books. Trojans get the victory here against the Frontenac Raiders. We were getting a look at your final stats. We'll do that right after we talk to Coach Westcott. His interview is brought to you by Community National Bank and Trust, as they've been serving the area for 30 years. Stop in soon to pick up your very own Girard Trojan Instant Issue Mascot Debit Card. Community National Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Girard Schools. Learn more online at mybankcmb.com. As you can imagine, Coach, we're having just as much time coming down off that one as you are after the Trojans get a good victory here over the Frontenac Raiders, an emotional win. And we talked about this in a pregame about how it's always a rivalry contest and how emotions are going to run high and all those things. First things first, before we talk about the X and O's in here, I think commend your guys because they could have gotten mixed up in some of those shenanigans, but kept their head about them and were allowed to remain level. And I think that's what made the difference, because down the stretch of that ball game, you outscored them 15-2 in the final about 3 minutes of the game, and that proved to be the difference.
Yeah, I was real pleased with our kids in the fourth quarter. I thought we kept our composure, and you know, there's been a few times this year late in games where teams, when we've talked about that off the air, teams have pressured, and we've kind of choked a little bit here and there, but I think we learned some things, and you know, our kids really responded well in that fourth quarter tonight.
all in all, it helps to have a guy that can go do what things that Caleb Muya did. That jam was pretty special, over the top of the defender, right on top of him, and he got going a little bit in that fourth quarter. He had 27 points for the ball game, but he had 8 of them in that fourth quarter, including going 6 of 10 for the free throw line, which has sometimes been his Achilles heel, but came up big tonight.
Yeah, it's something we spend a lot of time on in practice here as of late because we haven't been shooting them well. And they're going to win your ball games or they'll lose your ball games if you don't hit them. But, we stepped up. We made enough tonight.
20 of 25.
Yeah, so
that's pretty good.
That's pretty good. We'll take
That'll
that.
Make a difference.
Take that every night. So that's good to see. Hopefully that hard work's paying off. But really happy for the kids tonight. Their hard work really showed, and just staying after it. And against good teams, you got to do that. I think these guys are really going to surprise a lot of people because if you just look at their record, you're going to think, well, but man, they got a good team. They're tough and got a good inside game. They got enough guards to keep you honest shooting the ball. So tough, hard-nosed, hard-fought game, and I hope we don't see them until the finals because you never know what happens. I don't want to see them first round of sub-state, but you will probably. There's a good chance we could see each other again.
Yep, I'm sure that was some of the conversations probably happening right now in their locker room. Ethan Goff, a good ball game. He's been a little bit on a skid, but good to see him shoot the ball well, and that one went down, and it was on from there. 17 points for him. It's important. We talked about this in the broadcast. You kind of know what you're going to get out of Caleb, and he's 9 in and 9 out been good. Evan's been stepping up to that point as well, but if Ryder has a good game, Brett Ferguson, I thought, had a really good ball game as well. Those guys come up, you can be a team that can beat really good competition.
Yeah, when our third and fourth options are stepping up and scoring the basketball for us, that just opens things up so much for everybody else. And part of the reason they're getting the looks they are is because Caleb, Evan, and Ethan, are getting so much attention. But our guys stepped up tonight. I thought everybody played well. Everybody contributed, and good hard-fought game. I thought defensively, I don't know what we give up in the second half, but I thought we played a little better defensively in the second half. We shot the lights out in that first half, and that was what we kind of addressed at halftime. We didn't defend real well. We were up 10 at half, but did not defend real well in that first half, giving up 29 and a half. So hopefully we learned some things. Right now I told the guys that we didn't even talk about Columbus.
Yeah.
Didn't even talk about it, which is unusual. I usually try to put that in their mind after a game, but I said, hey, enjoy this one, and we'll tune back in tomorrow and get back after it and hopefully have a good outing Friday.
Yeah, how do you take that emotion? Because there's going to be quite a bit of emotion, I think, from this ball game that you can kind of slingshot you into the rest of your conference schedule. You're 2-0. You don't have a ton of conference games, so 2-0 is a big step towards that CNC title.
Hey, everyone's important.
Sure.
Everyone's important, and if you don't show up on a given night, it's one of those old sayings you like, you got to show up every night and play. But
Captain Cliche here.
Oh,
surely you've given her a quote for
I got to throw some in for Casey over here, but
for the
you know it.
Hometown Girard, I'm sure, is going to get a good quote here, so you can have all that. They give you all the love you can. I'm a little harder on you, but 71-55 Trojans win it, Coach. What a good win. Nice effort for your boys, and congratulations.
Thanks, BJ.
Hey, Coach of the Girard Trojans, Rod Westcott, joining us here on the Evans Motors post-game show. The Trojans get the victory here again. Final score, 71-55 over the Frontenac Raiders. Lady Trojans won at 62-50. Take a look at your final stats. First, got to tell you, Coach's interview I mentioned is brought to you by Community National Bank and Trust. Final stats brought to you by Western Assisted Living, allowing seniors to remain active and enjoy their daily lives in a worry-free, stress-free environment. Stop by and see Kathy and Girard to learn more about what Westridge Assisted Living has to offer your loved ones. I mentioned the 27 points from Caleb Muya in this ball game, 17 points from Ethan Goff, and Evan Troike, 13 points for the Trojans, 8 points for Brett Ferguson, and 6 points for Ryder Worrell. No bench points for the Trojans, and that would be an Achilles heel that I could see in this team. But right now they're playing pretty good basketball. And for the Raiders, leading them, Brock Ginnivan, 18 points, 15 points from Hayden Pyle, 9 points from Jake Wilbert. Trojans went 20 of 25 from the free throw line, 5 for 5 for Evan Troike, 5 for 6 for Ethan Goff, 2 for 2 for Ryder Worrell, 2 for 2 for Brett Ferguson, and 6 of 10 from Caleb Muya. That's a pretty good effort in this one. Player of the game brought to you by Brokop Construction, where they specialize in new home construction. To learn more or to get a free estimate, call Brokop Construction. Call Matt Brokop, 620-687-2381. And player of the game, I have no idea. Caleb Muya, obviously, 27 points that fourth quarter. Tremendous. A highlight. Thought Ethan Goff would get an honorable mention. And then Evan Troike had to have had a double-double tonight with rebounds and points at 13 points. So we're just going to give it to the starting five for the Trojans because we can, and that's our prerogative. Trojan men win it here. Final score, 71-55. Lady Trojans win it 62-50. Fun night of basketball and all, and we'll get out of here and do it again on Friday.
Yeah, sounds good.
All
Can't
right.
wait.
Trojans back in action against the Columbus Titans on Friday homecoming. We'll have our action beginning around 5:45. Tip-off set for 6 o'clock in that one as the Titans come into town. That's going to do it for us. For Josh Lettner, I'm BJ Harris saying so long from Ted Taylor Gymnasium. Trojans win it here tonight. You've been watching it on Girard Sports Live.
This is Girard Sports Live.
Top of the East Kansas. Augustine sets a feed, fire three. Good!
Girard Sports Live is presented by Croc-Can Telephone, your community technology partner. Also by Ag Choice of Hepler, American Family Insurance, Jenny Collins Agency, Bradshaw Collision Repair, Brumback Service Center, Call Service, Chicken Annie's of Girard, Chris Paoni, DDS, Community National Bank and Trust of Girard, Evans Motors, Exchange State Bank, Farm Bureau Financial Services, First National Bank, Fort Scott Community College, G&W Foods Family Super, Girard National Bank, Canar Eye Care, Larrett Ceramics, Lehman Realty, Mathis Drug, McClellan Sanitation, Medical Lodges Girard, Norris Outdoor, Pearls and Curls Boutique, Producers Co-op Farm Store, Producers Cooperative Association, TJ Belcher at State Farm Insurance, and Westridge Assisted Living.
Off to Hanson. Hanson, he'll drive. Libya, little runner with the right hand. Good, and the foul. Libya Hanson gets the bucket and the foul.
This is Girard Sports Live.